Hey cuties! Welcome back! Today we will be covering the story for chapter 14, which has finally been translated after an entire year. So this will be going on for... actually, let me just go ahead and skip straight to the thingy before I discuss that. So let me know if this sounds fine, as usual, and we'll go ahead and hop into the quest screen. But yeah, we are finally beginning in Chiodo Ward, and it's a full story section. So to my understanding, I was told this ahead of time, there are 10 episodes in total, each episode being 3 parts long. So last year, when I did chapter 13, I actually did 1 episode a day, or like 10 episodes long. I don't really want to do that again, especially when I saw, looking back, they're only like, most of them are only like around an hour long each. So this year, I'm just going to be playing the story 2 episodes per day. So while some days might be a bit long, in fact, the first episode today and the second combined is probably expected to be at least 4 hours long. The rest should be like maybe 2 hours or something like that. And it should be finishing by Friday. So let's see if that schedule works out. But yeah, let's begin. Yo, oddly rival and Orion pairs. Let's do this. Sine Deo ex Machina. I don't know if I pronounced that correctly. But let's go ahead and check this out. Yo, Prisma. Oh my god, it's this bitch, Christine. Welcome to the confines of our humble theater. We've been expecting you. Ever have we played our parts with but one thought in mind? What can we do to enhance your enjoyment? You have a discerning eye after all. We could hardly expect a half-hearted performance to hold your interest. Besides which, you've beheld much comedy and tragedy thus far. It would be no surprise if both had lost their savor. There's nothing new under the sun, they say. No ideas remain in this world that someone has not seen before. The only art left to express is that formed by stitching together past works. Oh, how long has it been since I heard those words? No such rehashing of past novelties will draw out your interest in you, no matter how finely crafted they may be. So what can I do to enthrall you, make you forget the passage of time, even if but for a moment? How can my like attract your discerning gaze to the stage until the final curtain falls? What can I do in this world where it has become so wildly apparent that there is no single right answer? One possible answer is to change the script. I shall henceforth play my part, for you and you alone. But I digress. Further reliance on spoken word would be untoward. We are performers, after all. Ours is not to exposit with dry verbiage, but to instill life upon the stage. To that end, I hereby raise the curtain upon the Yurakucho entertainers' final performance in this Tokyo. I pray you enjoy. Alright, Christine, let's see what you're performing for us. Chapter 14, Entertainers times Rule Makers Alibi of the Urban Legends. Okay, so that's the official translation, not Urban Legends or Proof of Urban Legends or something like that. Interesting. I'm glad they gave it in the beginning this time, because I actually have to like give the name of the thing at the end of the stream usually. Oh my god, it's Kirito, and he stabbed us, I think. All at once, a knife is sticking out at your back. Something warm and wet runs down your legs and pulls at your feet. Why? Why would you show me your unguarded back like that? Ugh, crap. I was never planning to do the deed myself. Did he end it in loop by accident one time? by killing us. I mean, he's been trying to be avoiding confrontation all this time, even though he's been like suspect number one for quite a lot. He kind of usually has an alibi for these things. I was just gonna shunt responsibility off onto someone nearby rando. That would have been so much easier. What do you miss? You had to switch phones? Christine finished her soliloquy, and we are now seeing what seems to be a flashback to another loop where Kirito actually managed to kill us himself through backstabbing. You're... Ooh. First person view, that's kind of crooked. The knife jutting from your back is the sacred artifact that began the career of the most sensationalist of serial killers. Are you finally getting Kirito backstory? Oh my god. What you? Only one thing is clear in your muddled mind. There's no coming back from this. The wound you suffered is quite definitively fatal. Why? What? Did you think I was your friend? Or family, maybe? Well, let me tell you this. I can't stand either of those things. He wrenches the knife high in the air once more as he speaks. And the last thing you hear is the sound of your own dismemberment? Are you fucking kidding me? Shit. Okay, so killing's not enough apparently. Jesus Christ. Just die in agony. Pathetically lost in these back streets where there aren't any witnesses. Well, there can be no witnesses. Strange. If there are no witnesses nor anyone who can hear, then to who is he even speaking? Oh my god, that's so... Jesus Christ, Kirito! No, Kirito! We're fucking dead. Oh. Looking in the background, swearing constantly. That's probably just some sort of operator machine. Am I alive? Significant anomaly observed in the subject's ECG. Protocol dictates that memory analysis must be temporarily suspended. Your face is quite pale. May I ask how you're feeling at it then? Where am I? What was that dream just now? And why am I lying in bed? Do you remember who you are? You're the guildmaster of the Summoners. Your name is Aerthin. You're in a data analysis room beneath Ikebukuro, jointly established by the Berserkers and Wisemen. We were analyzing the memories stored in 2 mechanical boxes you brought back. Ringing any bells? Oh, we managed to secure Isaac's. I forgot that. Nice! The story's coming together. You follow Shuichi Togo's outstretched fingers to see that he's pointing at 2 shadowy holographic representations of Mr. Mononobe. Right, I'm sorry, I probably should have gotten a summary of Chapter 13 before we began. But Chapter 13 concluded the Invaders arc. The Invaders decided to act and they did their own thing. You're just gonna have to see the entire thing if you want. But we defeated them, and they said they wanted to act first before the Rule Makers because it seems they are doing something untoward, which we'll be seeing now. So that was not much of a summary, but there is a sequence of these things. The Warmongers acted first, then the Invaders, and now it seems to be the Rule Makers. You follow Shuichi Togo's outstretched finger to see that he's pointing at 2 shadowy holographic representations of Mr. Mononobe. Countless cables run from these twin phantoms to various measuring devices attached to your body. Are they? Hey, there's Mahakala! Mahakala! We're getting in a dungeon with him. The other one being... Okay, I guess this is where we got the first cube. Don't you see? You are inside the exception, Aerthin. This is all that remains of Mahakala, protector of the memories of those who have lost their physical bodies. That mechanical boy, Virtro, I think his name is, he received one of the memories I relinquished. He wanted this to be his final show of gratitude to you, for granting his heart's desire. In this Tokyo, there are 3 child prodigies who once wandered the critical 23 as I monitored you. When the loops had worn me down to the merest shadow, these prodigies took my memories and split them into 3 pieces, one for each to keep. Thank you for the very on-point reminder. What remained of me should have been snuffed out then and there, but Mahakala protected me. Okay, so that's why it seems like Isaac's cube seems to be a bit not familiar at all, but this fraction of Mr. Mononobe, aka Solomon, seems to be more familiar to the Mr. Mononobe we know. In any case, the me who is talking to you right now is only a third of the man I once was. It's a miracle I'm even able to talk to you like this right now, and one I'm very grateful for. The memories are the most important things that exist in this Tokyo. I don't mean that in a self-important way. I'm only talking about the memories. It's my original who was important, not me. I'm merely the vessel who received a small portion of my original memories. To put it simply, I am a copy designed to act on that person's behalf in Tokyo. An exception, possessing omnipotence and omniscience, the manifestation of all things in this world. An elusive being who looks upon this Tokyo from the distant heavens above. An exception called Solomon. This is the first of 3 fragments of Mr. Mononobe's memories, a piece overflowing with great warmth and affection. Warmth and affection. Not like the second one at all. After defeating, what's the name again? Ramu, I guess? Yeah. And Leviathan. Apparently it's 2 exceptions, not 1. I believe the head is Leviathan. He managed to talk to this bitch who hates her guts. If only you've never come. I had that thought so many times. The embodiment of omnipotence and omniscience, harboring no tempestuous rage or disdain. That is who I was. I was assigned the role of observing you, and only you, in this Tokyo. I've observed countless others like you before, but hid those wounds and simply fulfilled my role to the best of my ability. No longer all-seeing and all-knowing, I was powerless. All I could do was watch you, and it frustrated me endlessly. All the while, I could not stop thinking of another who'd passed, and your semblance of that person steadily enraged me. But those emotions, those pains were beyond the scope of what the all-seeing, all-knowing version of me could comprehend. I view them as proof of the me who came to live in this Tokyo. And I wanted you, and you alone, to know my rage. Understand? You know, you haven't even gone to chapter 5 yet, but you don't mind getting chapter 14 spoiled to you, I think. I'm sorry, but you really should leave the stream. Because it's like, these spoilers don't even make sense with the other massive spoilers from chapter 9, and then there was the sequence of events all the way up until chapter 15. Like, Jesus Christ. I appreciate the sentiment though, but like, calm down. Yet I also wanted no one to ever learn that I harbored such feelings. This is the second of this is regular. This is the second of the 3 fragments of Mr. Mononobe's memories, a piece overflowing with intense rage and fury. So if the first one was peace and benevolence, this is rage and fury. Most likely the third one's gonna be like depression, sadness, and misery. Good. You seem to be remembering bit by bit. Take some time to catch your breath. We'll continue when you're ready. This Housamo Mononobe you regard as your teacher seems to have had an administrative role in the game and seen a great many loops. But his identity began to fray under the strain, so the memory data he accumulated was divided into 3 units. And I've determined that the key to accessing the data is... that ring you've got on your finger. Putting a ring on it. Yeah, he tried to reach out to us. Mr. Mononobe finally managed to get his hands on the ring. The protective shield of faith has successfully terminated. Now commencing memory suspension. What? What's going on? However many times you ask, I'll always have the same answer. Our goal is to unravel the mysteries of this game. That's the key to stopping the loops, not losing any app battles, and tracking down my brother. That's why you were diving into the past memories of Housamo Mononobe. Are you starting to remember her now? I think so. Is that what we were doing? This analysis essentially just involves you repeatedly recalling events from past loops. Oh, okay, so we have memories of past loops now. Not just the ones that Azutoshi gave us that one time, but all the loops from Mr. Mononobe's memories. Right, we did see in Kirito's memories there. Huh, okay, so it seemed like Kirito was just talking for no reason out loud, but the whole reason why now you think about it is just because that was Mr. Mononobe's memories, and he witnessed it. And I guess, why was Kirito trying to help Mr. Mononobe by making that clear? I'm not entirely sure. And in the majority of those past loops, a whole host of personages took it upon themselves to finish you. I'm guessing by your reaction that the memories you just recalled fell into that category and felt very real to you. And I recognize how difficult this must be. What do you think? Can you continue? Or shall we take a break, as R19 suggests? It's okay. I'm okay to continue. Well, I need to sort through the data we've gotten so far anyway, so just sit tight for a bit. Shuichi swivels away from you and begins clacking away at his keyboard. R19, you should engage a sleep mode yourself. Was my brother gone, and might be a while until your next full maintenance check. Understood. Complying with directive. Good night. Hey, you too, Inuzuka. Get some rest. Guarding us around the clock with no break will make you a nervous wreck. And what of you, Shuichi? Working day after day, all through the night. The spirits and body must be both be at a limit. I can't afford to take a break. There's no time. Our opponents could make their move at literally any moment. Based on the info our kind test subject here has provided, the warmongers and the invaders alike have shelved their operations. Which can only mean it's about time for the Rule Makers to make their move. They're the last point in the triangle. And they're also most likely the ones in possession of the last mechanical box containing Housamo Mononobe's memories. The first was taken from the warmongers of the west, the second from the southern invaders, so it only stands to reason. The last one belongs to the guild in control of Tokyo's east side, and the last of the three true guilds, the Rule Makers. If they're about to throw their hat in the ring, we need to make sure we're ready for them. Even just one scrap of info would do. This does remind me of something. Was this stronghold not the location whence you and your siblings originated? That's right. The Artificial Prodigy Lab. We were born there. And we escaped from the... Oh yeah, I guess we're gonna get some Shuichi backs right now. What was the shaking? Something going on up there? Uh-oh, entertainer music. Confirmed connection with above ground source. Master, please respond. Master Duo. I read you, R19. How are things in there? Is my brother okay? And the others? Affirmative. They show considerable signs of aware, but nothing that would endanger their structural integrity. However, shaking detected in Ikebukuro, Toshima Ward, along with an audible detonation. Redirecting surface cameras to verify sources. Who this bitch? Who this bitch? Oh yeah, it's still destroyed, I guess. I can confirm. The app game seems to be entering its final phase. I'm afraid we may all be in check. The warmongers? And that's still the warmongers, I believe. The three true guilds fighting for domination of Tokyo. The invaders, the warmongers, and rule makers. Despite the oligopoly they maintain over memories from previous loops, so far they have kept one another in balance. Should two of them come to blows, the third would inevitably take that chance to gain an advantage. And those are the rule makers. If the warmongers and rule makers were to turn on one another with their full strengths, for example. And this is the invaders. The invaders would not miss their chance to stab both in the back. And there's no other guild capable of gaining any advantage over these three. Or at least, there wasn't, until now. And that's more entertainers? But the situation has changed. There are new contenders in ring, and their name is the Yurokucho Entertainers. Yo, everyone, just live streaming the end of the world. Check that out. They really brought their best forces here. I mean, to be fair, the live streamers are busted as fuck. As one of the guilds was administrative control over the app, they possess considerable privileges. Enough to compete with any of the true guilds, and then some. And they've now chosen to participate as players in this game. Twitch if it was good. The three-way deadlock system that has so far preserved the balance in Tokyo is no more. R19, you need to get everybody out of there. This area is about to become a war zone. Begin evacuation. The warmongers and invaders are about to let loose, and on top of that, the Rule Makers and Engineers are about to crash this party head-on. There's no one left who can stop this conflict. It's going to keep raging until the game ends. This is a bit funny. Everyone's bringing guns and fucking, you know, extremely burly men. And then there's just these live streamers. Yo, everyone! Checking out at the end of the world, the building's burning in front of me. It's not about them, it's about me. Living my best life. Okay, we're continuing. Chiodo Ward again. Part 2 of this first episode. Kirito and Mononoke. Oh, are we gonna see memories after we got killed? The boy stands on foggy streets, his hands clasped tightly around the handle of the knife. The dim lights glance off its edge and refract in the fog. They're a glint sharp enough to dismember a victim in an instant themselves. Never mind the blade. Before the boy stands a solitary man, gazing at him sternly, as though to convey a message. What did he say? I mean, he was clearly speaking out loud, so maybe he was in cahoots with that. The gang. Gang. Our guildmaster has confirmed that fierce conflict has broken out between the warmongers and rule makers' territories. The Toshima and Bonkyo wards are where the most intense clashes are taking place. I was able to safely evacuate here, but Claude, Shuichi, and the others... Claude, Snow, Shuichi, R19, and the rest of that group, along with Moritaka's contingent, have reported in. They're going to be sheltering deep underground beneath Ikebukuro for the time being. What about the Tycoons? The other Berserkers are setting up base there as well to guard the entrance, conduct ground recon, and share intel with us. Ikebuku may be a battleground now, but how I see it, it's only a matter of time before this sparks flying our way. Indeed. In addition, we've received reports from Toji's group that their fighting is resumed between the invaders and Rule Makers' territories. Huh? Wait a minute. I'm not got messed up. The hell happened to the whole three-way deadlock thing? Well, we happened. Don't you remember? A certain guild happened, that's us. They formed an alliance with the Rule Makers. Oh, the entertainers, yes. The Yurokucho Entertainers. Rumor has it, they're one of the game's administrative guilds. What? You've gotta be kidding me! Why would the folks running the game up and jump into the ring themselves? Well, that's the question. We're currently trying to gather more information. What if it turns out management has stepped in? The advantage they'll have over the rest of us is incalculable. They very likely know the rest of us could only imagine. No things the rest of us could only imagine. It wouldn't surprise me if they could give the three true guilds a run for their money. By the way, we need more intel. If anyone learns anything at all about the Yurokucho Guild, please report back right away. For the moment, all we know for certain is that the entertainers seem to primarily be clashing with the invaders. And I believe the front lines of those clashes are Aoyama in Shibuya Ward and Roppongi in Minato Ward. Shibuya and Roppongi, okay. Oh no. The missionaries. And Tycoons too. Oh yeah. I forgot that in the previous episode with the invaders, they actually did screw around with both the missionaries and the Tycoons. Which is a bit, unexpected since Berserkers only had to face Warmongers one-on-one. Hey, don't worry about the missionaries. Murray took everybody to Asakusa for safety, and Hanuman's with them. Though I wonder why they didn't hold themselves up in the dungeon like the Ikebukuro folks did. Locke could only fit everyone in the Ikebukuro dungeon because he used his financial clout to establish a shelter there. The Aoyama Guild has the manpower to build a shelter, but not nearly the money they'd need. Plus... Shido? What's wrong? No good when they're infighting, huh? Bingo. I'm impressed you know what I meant, Arton. I guess the missionary still has not resolved their internal conflicts from their original episode in Chapter 4. It's a delicate subject, but unlike Ikebukuro Guild, Aoyama has seen a larger number of defectors of late. Boy. Oh, Hinshan. Welcome. They're primarily comprised of angels, whose way of life is reportedly governed by an extremely strict hierarchy. And while they may have Gabrielle on the side, there are angels within the Rule Makers who are just as high up the ladder, if not even higher. I see, so their loyalty is actually dependent not on the leader of the missionaries, but rather the pre-established hierarchy of Eden. Their pillar of support, Arsalan, and their angelic commander have both gone east, seemingly for good. Where'd they go? The rest of the guild is split trying to figure out what to make of their absence, and whose orders they should follow now. Alright, so they are still not listening to Maria, these bitches. As a result, most of the members left aside from the guild masters are those with no combat potential. In a site like that, you can hole up underground all you want, but you can't guarantee how long people will be willing to stay. Besides, ain't much point taking shelter in some bunker when there's no one coming to help. I swear, Gecko, you may be ignorant in most other regards, but when it comes to fighting, you're as sharp as ever. I have made 10 billion smart remarks since I had my character development. Can you please shut the fuck up, Shiro? Why you gotta be like that? Why you gotta come from me like that, Poindexter, huh? Point is, that's exactly right. That's why their guildmaster elected to head for Asakusa, to establish a new guild alliance. Okay, so that was coordinated by Hanuman. Nice. The guildmaster? You mean Maria? I thought she was just filling in. Apparently, their former guildmaster has made her title official. We received a formal communication to that effect. Presently, Maria should be in talks with the Asakusa guildmaster over a possible alliance with Roppongi next on the agenda. And Toji? Is he okay? No, he's fine. As I think you know, he's serving as our liaison with the Roppongi Guild alongside Tadatomo. They should be heading out as we speak to investigate the dungeon they discovered. They did discover a dungeon. Interesting. When did that happen? Wait, what? Oh, there's a dungeon in Roppongi? Just like in Aoyama and Ikebukuro? Well, it seems that way. They're looking to follow in the Berserker's footsteps and convert part of it into a shelter for their guild. It's a shelter? Is that what it is? Okay, so I know it was like a dungeon for us to level up and get memories, but I didn't know it was being used as a shelter for these emergency situations. It's kind of fucked. I mean, you know, with all the memories haunting everyone there and just going everywhere nowhere, it's a very weird choice to be making a shelter. Which should be no problem for them, I imagine, given that they've already built the Tokyo Casino. Plus, exploring such dungeons has value in and of itself. They're full of data from past loops. Yeah, so if you don't know or don't remember, in Chapter 6, or was it probably Chapter 5, the Tokyo Casino actually got, like, destroyed. And then they're just, like, casually, very shortly after, during some event, oh, the Tokyo Casino is back. Yeah, we rebuilt it. It was like, it's just like that. And, you know, no one bats an eye that it literally got destroyed. Plus, exploring such dungeons have value in and of itself. They're full of data from past loops. Our dungeon quest was translated. Yes, I am aware. I'm going to be doing that on Saturdays. For the first 5 days, I'm going to be finishing Chapter 14. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, that's going to be episodes 1 to 2, 3 to 4, 5 to 6, 7 to 8, and 9 to 10, because I've heard it's 10 episodes. And then on Saturday, I'm going to be doing the dungeon. Shiva and Kalipuko, rest in peace. No, Walter! And Fushi, who cares? And there's Amaterasu and Michael, however you want to pronounce it. We're falling well behind the world representatives when it comes to information warfare, so we'll need all the help we can get. These dungeons present one way to counter them, and may give us the edge. We need to stay in the game. As was the case when we did actually... I mean, so far the information per se in itself hasn't really helped us too much. I mean, it kind of did, I guess, in terms of forming new bonds with Kengo and Ryota in terms of what strategies not to take. The main thing was, like, you know, reapplying their sacred artifacts in some way, with Ryota actually learning how to mutually heal an exception, apparently. I feel like that's a bit cheating, but he's an exception, so whatever. And Kengo, he just had to wear his belt properly, or some shit like that. It works out. But yeah. I'm sure Toji can get some insight of his own blade of sealing. So that there will be no more loops. So that this game can finally end. And we can live our normal school life. Rest in peace, Shino. Rest in peace, Genociders. Except Ark, who's summer. And there's Solomon, who is still with us, and rest in peace, Mononobe, but Triton and Jin might as well be dead in the story because they haven't really showed up. Oh. Hey, an emergency contact from Moritaka. Does he need some help in Ikebukuro? I'm gonna get going then. I got a message from Hanmon requesting that I head this way too. I'm off to Sakusa then now. Alright, guess we won't be seeing them for this chapter. Alright, if anything comes up from either of you, be sure to let us know right away. Look, Kengo, take care, Ryota. We're counting on you too. Alright, let's see Toji. Most lucky. Hey, do you still have a moment? There's something I neglected to discuss with those two, but I feel it still bears mentioning. Still bears mentioning, like that's been. It's about those two mechanical boxes containing Mr. Mononobe's memories that you've been analyzing with Shuichi. I had R19 sent over the data you all were able to get through before you were interrupted. To put it bluntly, we have yet to learn anything decisive from those analyses. It seems that, as you've already heard, Mr. Mononobe didn't involve himself with the game aside from observing you. Oh, I see. So that was his role, observing us, including getting fucking killed, and he did nothing about it. Jesus Christ. However, one other piece of information did raise an eyebrow for me regarding a certain criminal case in Shinjuku. Ooh, Kirito relevance! I don't know why I'm suddenly excited for Kirito. I mean, he showed up in like the second episode or something, the second chapter, and was never obtainable until now. Criminal case in Shinjuku? Wait, are you talking about? Is it finally the leg? Are we gonna learn about the leg in the beginning? The thing that was never talked about, even though they're like, oh, it's not Kirito. Oh my god, they're finally talking about it! Jesus Christ, I thought it was like, they will never talk about it. I mean, I don't know, it's not necessarily leg, but they said there's like a body part in like Shinjuku, in like the very second chapter. And then it was just like, school's canceled, and then we did this whole thing with Shiro to help him with the sacred artifact. But the reason why school canceled, the body part thing there was just like, it was never resolved until literally 7 years later, or 5 years later, I guess. Insane. But I'm interested now. Probably 7 years later, honestly. You remember, at homeroom when you first transferred here? How could I forget? Seriously. Too many unresolved plot points. Now we're finally getting to one of the most important ones with him and with Kirito. Yes, Mr. Monobe. Alright, everyone, stand up. Eyes forward. Bow. Now let's get right into homeroom. I have an announcement from the teachers' meeting. By the request of the police and other authorities, Shinjuku Academy will be closed for a while, starting tomorrow. Yay! Pipe down, kids, especially you who sounds like Amdusius. It's only for 2 or 3 days. Think of it as a surprise holiday. And consider this fair warning. You'll be getting homework for all the classes you must. I love how they need to play this part back. Boo! You kids are so fickle. Life isn't all fun and games, you know. But I need you to understand that we're not closing the school for no reason. Last night, there was an incident near the school. There was evidence of an attack and body, or at least part of one, was found. The victim was not a student of the school, but the police are here as part of the investigation. So even if Kirito did commit this crime, which they already confirmed in, I believe, Shiro's flashbacks that he was not the actual culprit. I don't know how, but it doesn't seem that way. We still never identified who the body itself was. Which means, don't stay out late just because the school's closed. Do not go to the dorm supervisor's office. It'll only complicate things. That's all for today. I was back when you... Right. I mistakenly thought the devils they summoned were responsible. Anyway, about that announcement during homeroom. That incident nearby. That scary stuff. You think that all the blood and even parts of a human body were found near the school? Damage is undone by the app. Yeah, that's how we clear Chiro of suspicion here. But it's also like, that makes it seem like it's a real crime since it's just stuck around, or in very least it's, you know, within some larger zone that has not been reset yet. Why so quiet, Chiro? You haven't spoken a single word. No, it can't be. It wasn't me. Chiro? Hey, Chiro? It wasn't me! I had nothing to do with it! Oh, why are you shouting all of a sudden? Oh, sorry. What were we talking about? What's gotten into you? You look really pale? It's nothing, really. Sorry I made you worry. Hey, your phone is ringing. Are you alright? You're getting even paler. It's nothing, I just remembered I have something to do. I don't remember that phone call, actually. Was that retconned? Like, I feel like they never used the phone call sound that early in the game. I don't think they had any sound effects really besides, like, beating people up. So I'm pretty sure that phone call, whatever it was, like, done out of the fact. You can't trick me. Unless I'm, like, being delusionary and that was actually an original. Hey! Oh, wait! I thought we were gonna get some food together. He's gone. Really? What's gotten into him? He's been like this, since this morning. And then we chased after them, and then he was having his Seiko artifact going out of control. But he's like the only one who really had his artifact go out of control compared to everyone in our group. Seems that the old one's privilege of activating outside of the zone, and I don't know, the horrors of the cosmic space or something seems to be a lot more profound in reaching up to the owner itself. Maybe there's something bothering him. He takes everything so seriously. It's like he never stops worrying. Sorry, Arson, let's get food another time. Right now, You're a nice person, you know that. Alright, let's follow Shio. It doesn't let us do the rule. It doesn't let us do the choice in the flashback. Now that you mention it, it was a pretty crazy time. Well, I remember because I actually rewatched that recently. But it's a good reminder for people to have not after so long. And you all tracked me down and told me I got caught up in something called app battles. That was the first time you got yourself involved with the Kubikuru Guild too, if I'm not mistaken. As I understand it, you got forced into battle against some members of the Berserkers, but you managed to pull through. Oh no, not this fucking background. And just where you think you're going. What about Oniwaka's orders? Oniwaka's gonna lose his patience if you don't hurry up. Quitting this damn game! Don't tell me I have to go through so much pain! And you think that's gonna be allowed? You're nothing but Oniwaka's flunky. And you are. Looks like my guildmate dragged you into their mess. Damn, you're just a rookie, aren't you? Got caught up in the rookie hunt? Bad luck. Whatever. I got my own crap to deal with. I don't have time for the likes of you. Leaders, shall we? Oh, mighty heroes. Stop! Leave me alone! Oh, where are you all coming from? That sounds like... Master! Get away! Scream! You are our master! Summoner. Oh, what is your order? Summoner! Summoner? Oh, what are you talking about? I told you none of this has anything to do with me! Master told us! We require orders! Master is sad! We too are sad! Eat too! Master! No! I'm not your master! I didn't summon anything! I didn't. I never ordered those people. You did that on your own. It's not my fault. It's not my... master. Just as I tried to make like Zeus and Bolt, these things showed up. Scream! I didn't intend to hurt anybody. Thought it was over before I knew what was going on. These things just started ripping one of the other guys to pieces. His whole arm studded to the floor. I saw his blood spray everywhere. There was chaos after that. Everyone was panicking and running over each other to get away. Oh yeah, I just realized, it's a little bit weird. Maybe this is a thingy, but supposedly, well, maybe it's different just because the devils aren't actually part of his sacred artifact, or rather they are summoned from it. But supposedly Old One's sacred artifacts can work anywhere, and they don't revert. So it's, you know, if Shiro used it to kill someone directly with the sacred artifact, that wouldn't reverse. But maybe the devils are a different story where it can actually reverse and it's considered proper rap battle. It was chaos after that. Everyone was panicking and running over each other to get away. First the book, then the demons. Those were blood-soaked students. I freaked out and fled the scene, but I couldn't get the sight out of that shit out of my head. I hoped everything would revert once normal once I got home and cozy up. I told myself it was all just a bad dream. I turned my smartphone off and went to bed, believing it was a nightmare and nothing more. Once the app shuts down, everything is supposed to be restored, right? You know, Shiro shut the app down at least once after that, and everything is restored to how it was before the game started. And yet, the victim of that incident wasn't restored. The body was still torn apart. Does that mean the murderer wasn't instigated by the demon Shiro summoned, after all? Well, it had nothing to do with you, but what's the case then? Who committed that murder? That's what I'm saying! Seriously, you can't wait until like 14 chapters there. I looked into it, but never managed to find any answers. The case remains unsolved, and the culprit remains at large. Moreover, the victim's identity is a total mystery too. Okay, that sucks. Because that's, I feel like it's a bit of a bigger mystery at this point. We only know they are local based on forensic evidence. That whole event has almost become an urban legend among students at this point. They call it Tokyo's Jack the Ripper. Oh my god! So that's how the story is built. That's so cool! So, a literal legend, this fictional thing is being born here, and we know what happens with, you know, these mythological entities of belief. Little sound magnets? What? Probably from LifeWonders' story, you could probably purchase it. But even if that's not the whole story, apparently Mr. Mononobe was involved in hushing up that incident. What? What? I'm sorry to have peeked into your personal information. That memory remained in one of the mechanical boxes. He went to the heads of the police behind the other teachers' backs and convinced them to keep it on wraps. And the victim was not a student of the school, but the police are here as part of their investigation. Which means, don't stay out late just because the school is closed. Do not go to the dorm supervisor's office. It'll only complicate things. That's all for today. So he's just trying to get an alibi for himself? Or in very least, secure some time with the police. As I said, Mr. Mononobe's only role within the game was to observe you. Or that's how it seems. And I didn't see any other noteworthy actions from him beyond those in the capacity as a teacher, except for this one incident. There was one individual flagged as a person of interest during the investigation, one primary suspect. But after Mr. Mononobe intervened, that line of investigation was halted. Instead, Mr. Mononobe confronted him personally. So apparently this murder has happened in past loops, and it was Kirito, and he killed us apparently? I don't even know. But that body was not us, obviously. And that person of interest was Kirito Tachihara. Do you remember him? Kirito Tachihara? Oh, guy who was with Omniwaka. Back when we went off to save Kengo. 14 chapters later. Oh my gosh, not this background. Herthen, you idiot! Why here? I sounded so dweeby there. You have to protect Shiro. You promised me! Huh? Who the hell is that? Hey, Kirito, Who's that? Answer me. I didn't receive a report on anyone like that. It's me. I have no idea. Sorry, Oniwaka. You're useless. You just signed your own death warrant. Oh my god! Tell me! Explain yourselves! Kirito Tachihara, a member of the Otomachi Genociders. Okay, I mean, technically he was a member of many other guilds, but I guess he's more officially known as part of the Genociders. Based on information received from Mark later, it seems he'd been sent by Babylon to infiltrate every guild. Okay, so that's like without a doubt then he's part of the Genociders, and his joining of every other guild was literally just, orders from the upper head of his true guild. But at the 11th hour, he betrayed them. I mean, he seems like he was still slipping into the other guilds even after Babylon's orders. That's the main questionable thing. Like, we did see him with the Warmongers, and we also saw him with the Invaders. He forced the passing child to attack Ark, then just disappeared. And it was after that episode that he met with Mr. Mononobe, although what they discussed has yet to come up in the analysis. Oh my god! What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Tell me your secrets! It's possible the answers lie within the third mechanical box, in which case, it's as much as we can work out for now. Oh my god, fucking cliffhanger until the end of, like, this chapter or even the next one. Come on. Come on! Come on! You know where they met Chihiro? Or anything else we can piece together? Kirito Tachihara and Mr. Mononobe met up in Yurukacho, over in Chiyoda Ward. Beyond that, we're in the dark. So our lead of going to Yurukacho is not because the entertainers attacked us, but because we're following a tale from Kirito. Very interesting. Yurukacho again, huh? Have you talked with Ark about this? Yeah, I have. Fortunately, Ark promised to hand over every bit of intel they had relating to the Genociders. Back when they formed their alliance with the Summoners. So when I asked them about this, they just said they were looking for Kirito too, and that they'd report back when they found anything. I wonder if Ark will ever get a chance to talk with Kirito. That's like a long time encounter that needs some resolving. Mr. Mononobe covering up a crime? I can't even imagine that. I feel so bad for the poor victim. That brings me to something else I've been debating whether or not to tell you, Arthur. During the investigation, a name came up on the victim's side as well. A contact of mine got me a look at some police documents. The victim's age, blood type, and other physical characteristics were listed, and there's only one student matching that profile. Who is it? Who the fucker? The problem is, it couldn't possibly be him. The student has an alibi. Or... oh, well, I'll just tell you. Who is it? His name is... okay. See, this... I thought it had to be like something else because the story he was telling didn't make sense. According to the memory, there's like... He met up with Mr. Mononobe, and then he killed us, but apparently we're alive, so like... What? What? Is it like our flesh from another loop or something? The fuck? The body parts recovered from the scene have distinct biological characteristics, which happen to all be a perfect match for you. What? But I'm right here. How do they even have a profile on me? I have no idea. All I can see is that this moment is... Whoa! Oh, Bigfoot. Good day, Summoner Guildmaster. How long have you been there? When did you even get in? Without the app alerting us, no less. Some impressive stealth. I am Bigfoot. No one able to follow Bigfoot. Bigfoot have it in the right. So app not respond. Bigfoot presence. If he has administrative rights, maybe that's the reason why he's able to use his app freely too. To sneak in like this. Because like no battle zone has been formed freely, right? Bigfoot come as messenger. Yurukucho Guildmaster. Bigfoot come to pick up everything. What? The Yurukucho Guildmaster, Oscar. Caveman attack. Yeah, that's an odd choice, especially since he doesn't particularly sound like a caveman. But what do I know about the nuances of Japanese? You start testing voices onto... Let me just continue to Chiodo word. Sine Deo X Machina part 3. Horror sounds heavy in British accent like Saints Row 3 and 4, and Nobuchun sound like Chris Redfield since Resident Evil 5. How particular. Once upon a time, many cultures blossomed in the fog-swathed city, and patrons would gather in droves at the east end to enjoy the theater. Its brilliant, stimulating glow would attract people from far and wide, smothering them in a deluge of lights. In terms of voice actors, I haven't actually played either of Saints Row or Chris Redfield, so I know who they are, but I've never actually played the games. So I don't know how they sound per se. Its brilliant smiling glow would attract people from far wide, smothering them in deluge of lights. Countless aspiring actors would line up on stage, seeking to follow in the footsteps of their favorites and become the next big name in the lights, and a few would even succeed. But of course, as is always the case in districts known for their entertainment, it possessed plenty of backstage attractions too. Behind the theater stood a slum called Whitechapel, known for its countless houses of ill repute. Whitechapel. Isn't Whitechapel like related to what's called Jack the Ripper somehow? Whitechapel murders. Theatrics and art in front, ladies of the evening in the back. Okay, so prostitutes, brothels. And it is said that there once dwelled a mass murderer in the Whitechapel who targeted only these streetwalkers. There it is. It's the premier urban legend, the first crime known to become an absolute media sensation. The killer's mark, they say, is cutting off part of the victims' bodies and leaving them behind at the scene. And it's only streetwalkers who have ever been targets of this killer's rampage. I just realized, it's like... This Kirito's thing where just like a fucking giant slut because they sleep around with everyone, and he's like, oh, this damn streetwalker, he has to die! It's funny. Oh. I mean, it's true. Even the distinguished Metropolitan Police Force, as its most elite officers, could never identify the culprit, causing the case to be forever cemented in the annals of the unsolved. For this work of fiction, surely some master detective would come along and crack this case wide open. But in the real world, conveniences like that rarely come to pass. Indeed, this sensational crime did not frighten those who came to the theater city, but rather excited them. Some even came to be obsessed with it. Before long, it was not discussed in hushed tones, and gaps of horror turned into peals of mirth as the incidents became something of a local attraction. The mass murderer behind it all, this Ripper, now spoken of freely by patrons as a figure of legend within town, is named. Dead quiet. This is Yurikisho in Chiyoda Ward, one of the many notable places within the city of cosmically diverging paths. It's known as Tokyo's theater district, packed with amusements to keep anyone, of any proclivity, entertained indefinitely. Hold on, this is a new background. What the heck is it? I've never seen this background before. Did they use this for Summer Pool Twilight or something before this release? Maybe. It boasts theaters, opera houses, concert halls, multiplexes, cinemas, resort hotels, and even 24-hour public pools. It's utterly alive with extravagance and luxury, a haven for the famous and powerful. Hey, cutie. Hello. HQ, please respond. Hello? The individual seeking assistance is an undercover police officer investigating a recent tip-off. Specifically, a tip-off that a certain thing is being trafficked on the down low in the shadows of the theater district. Every crime comes down to evidence, and this officer is willing to place his neck on the line to get some. Ugh, purses! Why won't the call go through? And after I finally cracked this nut, no less. That one's infesting Yurikucho's light and shadows alike. The guild that dedicates itself, body and soul, to its art. Its name is... Ugh! The entire cityscape and all the colors of the world suddenly go topsy-turvy. What in blazes? What's this strange music I'm hearing? Ooh, he's getting JoJo'd. He's dead. He's fucking dead. It's the kind of background track you might want to hear during an underground stage play. Exotic and stirring. Saccharine in its extravagance. Oh my god, the live streamers are dripping him! That should have been me! As his consciousness fades, for just a moment, his entire being is filled with maddening delight. That must have been one really good nut with live streamers. So, this is Yurikucho. But where's Bigfoot? No one followed. Bigfoot really want you to come, Marathon. Bigfoot guarantee your friend's safe until your turn. Bigfoot never lie. Bigfoot wait for you in Yurikucho. This lying bitch. Then the strange transient who claims to be a messenger for the Yurikucho Guildmaster vanishes as soundly as he arrived. See, we already know he's working for the agents as well as the entertainers, at least if we're going to believe what his research profile says. So, you know, it seems like most of these people that work for either the Guildmasters or the entertainers just straight up work in lenience to either the Masters or the gamers, so I wouldn't trust Bigfoot necessarily if he's on the side of the entertainers. And the strange transient who claims to be messenger for the Guildmaster vanishes as soundly as he arrived. Not a fan of Bigfoot? That's fine. The Yurikucho entertainers. If the intel I've heard is correct, they've joined forces with one of the 3 true guilds. And despite the fact they're clearly after you, they summoned you alone to their home base. You're reeks of a trap, if you ask me. I still think I should go, though. We need information. Plus, we were supposed to go to Yurikucho anyways. I know. And you're right, of course. There's basically no other choice here. But, well, look at this. Shiro opens the app and shows you a screen detailing your surroundings. You're not a fan of bulls in general? Okay, that's a bit broad. All information about you, me, and everyone else associated with us is no longer registering as of just minutes ago. Which means none of the app's other players should be able to plan any strikes against us at the moment. Is this Bigfoot scene? Is he applying his rule on us out to make us elusive? That does follow with what our Yurikucho visitor has said about guaranteeing our safety. However, if this really is a result of administrative privileges, it also sends the message that we kind of have to do as they say. Okay, so it's not as bad, it's just cheating. Because if we don't, they could just as easily turn this benefit against us, and we'd have no way to resist. I guess what I'm saying is, tread lightly and keep your wits about you. And contact me at the slightest sign of trouble. Hey, cuties! A lot of police officers here. Take me now. I wonder if something happened. It's been something big, if so. No, bulls are one of your favorites. And those, not Bigfoot, I think. I don't know what you're saying, but okay. Not a fan of Bigfoot, even though you like bulls. Not your Bigfoot. Okay, sure. Arison, we're in your special quest clothes. Did you just call my name? Welcome, Yurikucho. Bigfoot happy. You listen to request. You come, Arthur. Whoa, where did you come from? Bigfoot got you now. Come this way. Need to be prepared for anything. I didn't expect Barong to be here. Forgot how he sounds. Sure, I'll just make some shit up. Huzzah, and welcome to the Yurik Show. Please accept our humblest greetings, my lovely guest. Who are you, and where am I? My name is Barong. I am Tokyo's #1 show dancer and member of the entertainers. And I have heard all about you, Arthur. That's why you are being welcomed as a VIP guest, and I just know you're going to have so much fun in the Yorikucho. Should you be in need of anything at all, please do not hesitate to ask. We promised you a most stimulating stay. I'm going to have so much fun. Why does this sound kind of ominous? Well, what a Yorikucho. My, you're a bold one, and I like that. If you're going to live, you might as well live large, you know? It would be a waste not to. Give me a big enough tip and I'll make sure your experience is extra dazzling, Arthur. Kisses! Bigfoot promises you same. Bigfoot told to make sure Arthur comfortable. You know what they say was big feet. Want to make sure you have some fun. So much fun today, you can't walk anymore. Oh, it's Oguchi. I did not expect this. How does he sound? Shit, there's like too many people I'm not expecting. This is it. This is where the scent trail stops. Oh, we have a missing investigator on the trail that just ran the ends. Honestly, he was a fool to delve so deep on his own. Logan looks around at the massive entertainment complex towering above him, obviously frustrated. The best thing to do now is to keep down this rabbit hole, but I'm not certain there's much further to go. Forest and Nobumichi. Huh. What does it all mean, though? Should the Shinjuku police force to draw the case over something like this? I say not. One of our own has gone missing. We cannot just ignore that. Oh, right. I guess they're part of the police. Oh? Those officers over there are wearing uniforms that are a little different from ours. They're special operations officers from the Metropolitan Police. Did you learn about them at the Academy, Okuchi Mogami? Special operations? No, I'm afraid not. Can you tell me about them, Master Hogan? They're specially assigned criminal investigators within the force who've been granted high-level clearance and authority. Generally, they're the ones working with prosecutors to investigate organized crime and other large-scale cases. And we are outside our jurisdiction here, so I'd suggest we not make too many waves. They could stomp down even you, Tajikaro. But if this is outside our jurisdiction, then what are we doing here at all? Sure, we didn't just come to turn back. Well, there's that mystery case that I created in Chico a while back. Word around town is, it's starting happening again. Is he talking about Jack the Ripper? A killing shrouded by fog with pieces of the victim's body left behind at the scene. And not just the culprit, but even the victim, still unidentified. Similar murders have begun cropping up here in Yorikucho. All the media outlets are gleefully jumping on the apparent continuation of the Shinjuku incident. And so Hogan, Tajikaro, and the other transients of the Shinjuku police force are pursuing it fervently. Suspicions were cast on the Yorikucho entertainers from the very beginning. Supposedly they're among the administrators of the game, and there have always been allegations of transient trafficking. Then these new repliques just starting cropping up, and an officer going undercover in Yorikucho to investigate and disappears. And when a piece of that officer's body is found in Yorikucho, well, now what are we supposed to make of that? I don't even think. The Yorikucho Guild is clearly responsible. The entertainers clearly captured our officer, tortured him, and left us a sign of their misdeeds to intimidate us. That is the logical conclusion here, but I think there's another possibility too. No? The body part left behind happens to be one of his arms. A sacred artifact. That could be a small mercy here. If we can find the rest of him, we should be able to stick it back on. Assuming he's okay, that is. Regardless, what we need right now is more information on what happened. Specifically, from here within the Yorikucho. Okay, so they did actually find a piece of this police officer. He didn't just disappear with no sign. But if we can't exactly let ourselves in the front door, then... Maybe we need to spear up a contingency plan here. A contingency plan? You can't mean we're going to go undercover too. No. Our faces are a little too recognizable around these parts. We could never pull that off. But there are folks who could, and not even through infiltration. Folks who are just expected to be there. Folks who habitually wander from place to place here in Tokyo every single day, with little oversight or restriction. I'm referring, of course, to the Arakawa Guild. We could appeal to them for aid. You know, someone in their ranks, Tajikara, no? Who does he know? Who's from the Arakawa Guild? That is from Takamagahara. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Oh. Hey, there they are. Where the bears at? That night, the entertainers put on an extravagant stage performance by the poolside. As they do, their staff brings decadent and welcome drinks for all the guests. Welcome. Fancy a spot of drink? Ugh, blimey. It's been a while. Good looking out in Roppongi, Arthur, old pal. Oh, hey, fancy meeting you here indeed. I guess old buddy, old pal. When we saw him for 2.5 seconds. Master, it's a child with an elementary school backpack. What's he doing here? Who's he fighting? Oh, so the cybernetic guys wearing suits. They're packing a lot of heat. So this happened in Hakumen's chapter 5 chapter before we entered. There are transients who look like mobsters holding firearms and pointing them at the boy. This is such an unnecessary flashback because he wasn't even doing anything important here. Meanwhile, another man is just standing between the mobsters and the boy. Wait, don't hurt him. Sorry, you'll never come back again. The bear transient is struck with the butt from the firearm and begins bleeding from the temple. Thank you for saving him. My name is August, and this is Kenta. Yeah, it was not important. Good to see ya. You really helped me out back then. What brings you to the show? Quite a surprise running into you here, but comfortable seeing a friendly face. Gotta pay the bills and put on food on the table. And right now, it's here where this old bloke is making ends meet. Us folks do have a base call over him, but we try to stay light on our feet. No good staying in one place for too long, see? Can't ignore the daily necessities, though, if we want to keep our bellies full. Got Kenta waiting for me back home, after all. That said, back home is getting more dangerous by the day, so sometimes Kenta and I'll hide out and lie low for a wee bit. Sounds rough. You okay like that? You have options if you need help. Always looking at Chichiku. Now that's right generous of you. You're as kindly as ever. But right now, it's my job to give you asylum, not the other way around. So while you're here, be sure and let me know if you need anything. Been told you're a VIP, and it's my job to give the guests at this fine establishment the best service I can offer. Plus, my employer told me your safety is to be guaranteed at all costs, even if I have to give it my life for it. Oh my god, I can't get his voice as low as I want. What? My safety? Your employer said that. So, Arthur, enjoy our hospitality. Bigfoot, and Sunset too. You look amazing. Thank you, Arthur. If you like, Bigfoot, happy. Something wrong? Your heart seems to want to ask something of Bigfoot. You're right, I just have to know. What's your angle here? What are you planning to do with me? Bigfoot not planning anything. Bigfoot only want you be happy. Nothing else in Bigfoot's heart. Bigfoot grateful to you. You save Wakan Tonka. Okay, but what's up with Izio, right? And Walter's no longer there, but Wakan should be. As he says this, Bigfoot takes your hand and gently pulls it towards his heart. Your hand makes contact with his chest, and you get the strange sensation that Bigfoot's soul is seeping into through your palm, like tiny motes of light flowing into your skin. Wait, what? Wakantanka? Yes. Great mystery of the world of the Great Spirit, Wakantanka. Bigfoot is shaman of great mystery, and in his absence, preserver's representative. In this wasteland of memory, an endless array of flowers bloom. It's as though the core of the world is smiling with unrestrained joy. That's right. I wanted you to come see me like this. Oh, Walter, where'd you go? Oh, did he de-summon? I guess he's no longer here then. Two Wakantankas overlaid on top of one another become a single entity. Speak these words to you. On your face is a shared smile, the source of the joy you feel around you. For an endless number of repeating days, the me within me had been coexisting with you. You may not remember, but we spent so much time together. My Heyoka, my Earthen. Wakantanka closes his eyes and thinks of the past. The days long gone, where he stood alone in the midst of such an endless expanse, as he left it as a regular Wakantanka in the events. In so many loops, you would pass right by me again and again, unaware. But now, it's all so much clearer to me. There's a tiny fragment within you that remains unchanged. The old me was perfect, but when I lost you, I lost that perfection as well. I changed, and I'm still not certain if that's a good thing or a bad thing. But yet... Wakantanka considers that if things had turned out differently, he might have never known this happiness. And he certainly would never have known the frustration associated with being bound to a mortal body. Thank you. Even if you're not a part of me, Earthen. I pray that where you're headed next, without me, you will still be able to find a place where the flowers bloom. Rest in peace. Bigfoot inches nearer to you, flashing a genuine smile that seems to harbor not even the slightest hint of malice or deception. Bigfoot, never lie. Bigfoot, like you. Really like you. Bigfoot, Wakantanka's reserve. Must fulfill Wakantanka's duties now. You and Bigfoot, as one. Bigfoot, I just want to make you happy. With this, Bigfoot lightly wraps a part of you, the hand with the ring on it, in his massive hands. Is he trying to steal it from us? This bitch. Never thought the day had come when I'd be opening this line with you again, Isaac. I guess I should call you Isaac, since you're actually Isaac's successor, huh? Hello. How you doing down there? My, long time no see, Robert. Oh, whoops, my mistake. You're called Bertrand now, I believe. Oh, it's just fragments of the originals talking to each other. It's so sad. How's your substitute duo doing? He should be about at his limit by now, I'd expect. And you, I presume, have begun experiencing the symptoms of the disease my original had, if my predictions are accurate. I intend to fulfill my role to the very end of this loop. I trust that answers your questions. It does. I understand, and if that's what you resolve to do, then so be it, Bercho. Give my regards to Do. Right. Well, let's can this chit-chat then. A rather significant problem occurred not so long ago, no? To put it lightly, the Rule Makers broke the rules, pulling an administrative guild into the game proper on their side. Though we're not exactly the best people to be blaming them for that, are we, Bercho? Oh. Well, if it isn't what's left of Robert, though I must say, I'm a bit surprised to see you still functioning at all. And you, Isaac? Or should I say, successor to Isaac? Substitute Isaac, perhaps? Well, not even calling them by their preferred names. That's fucked. Feels like just yesterday you stepped over us on your way to the top, only to become the first to catch that disease. I do appreciate you both attending this meeting, however. Even if this is like the last time we prodigies may ever correspond. Curran, as I barely live and breathe. Yeah, sharp talking is as human as ever. No less than an ideal venue for it. This is indeed the first three have spoken in quite some time, as I recall. As Isaac's successor, I am deeply moved to have this opportunity. But that aside, let's hear what you have to say for yourself, see? One of the administrative guilds, the Engineers, has coerced into entering the game. Care to explain why? I do not. I merely thought to say a fond farewell to my brothers who were born in the same lab as I. And to congratulate you on your graduation. Seeing as your time has now come to an end, while mine has only just begun. Well, I must say, I'm surprised. That is a bold move on your part, Curran. 2 episodes later, he gets fucked. Well, think about it. Plan B's course seems inevitable. It will no doubt fall apart, much like Bertrand himself has. As long as humans continue to roll the dice, it's only a matter of time before Snake Eyes come up and all the ante is forfeit. Plan A, on the other hand, shows much more promise. There's a reason he became the premier prodigy among us. But your ideas were too ahead of their time. Uniting all people into a single meta-consciousness is impossible in the modern age. Taking the above considerations into account, my plan C is the sure winner, solving humanity's problems. The little help. I see. That's why an alliance has been dispatched between the Rule Makers and Entertainers then. Precisely. There's no Deus Ex Machina in this world that can solve every problem through its own merits alone. And so the stage is set, and the time has come for humankind to escape its long, long moratorium, as someone once called it. Only the script beyond that has changed now, and it is I who have written the original words that follow. So this is a plan that was actually written by Curran and the Entertainers agreed then. This is not something that the Entertainers necessarily instigated themselves. Ooh! Yo, Gauguin's biggest fan. Welcome. Farewell, my fellow child prodigies. Jump scare. Before either of them, the others can get a word in edgewise, she disconnects the call, leaving the stillness of the night disturbed once again. Did she really just call and say, haha, get fucked, losers? Take the elbozos. L plus ratio. Thanks, Curran. Okay, so that was the first episode, but we are going to be continuing with the second episode, Downfall. However, let's take a brief break, just for now. So I'm going to wash up a bit, maybe get a snack. I'll be back in like maybe less than 3 minutes. You guys take a break too. Where's my glasses? Okay, I'm back. Hopefully you guys took your breaks and got some snacks, used the washroom, and do all that. I just rushed up a bit, and we'll be continuing with episode 2. Downfall, part 1. Oh my gosh, it is so fucking dim. There you go. That's a bit better. Swatsiatsu! Welcome to the channel Pleasure, the night stage of Yurikucho. Should have checked out how they sounded. I'll just do that next time. You know, my lovely guests, that the stage you see before you is where we come alive, for we are the entertainers through and through. We offer our everything to you, as your happiness and delight is our everything. It is with that credo in mind that we don masks and hide our true faces, playing whatever roles are best suited to the task. It's getting closer. He's coming. Shall we be hoteliers, seeing your every need? Shall we be dancers, dancing for your pleasure? Or perhaps something else? Forgot to close my door. Whatever face will please you best, we will don it heart and soul. All I ask is that you watch me perform for you. Watch me to the last, as I show you what my everything is made of. Is there an explanation why we went there just to see a bunch of people dancing? We got a proper explanation of why we got invited. Huh? Where'd Bigfoot go? Did he take our ring? This asshole. Tally ho, Arthur. Time for your morning service. A good old morning blowjob. Hey, good morning, Vargas. I got second. Wait, don't just barge in here. Oi, you alright? I was worried they might have done something to you. I don't think so. They didn't do anything bad, at least. Okay then. I won't dig any deeper than that. Was that supposed to be like... what's called an innuendo? Listen though. I want you to be careful. Don't let these Yurikucho types get to you. Don't let your guard down. The Yurikucho entertainers have a real knack for sussing out the biggest hole in your heart and roosting there. I'd stick with you around the clock to keep you safe if I could. But I'm afraid I ain't got that luxury. The Barg stands here. Hopefully I do voice acting him justice. See, I'm the kind of bloke what brings misfortune to others just by being near. So I'll be keeping my distance from you as much as I can. How do you know so much about them? You're not a member yourself, are you? Why are you even here to begin with, to be honest? Well, I'll just take jobs wherever the jobs happen to be. And this time around, my employers just so happen to include entertainers. If I could sum them up with one word, it's either joy riders. They'll do anything so long as it's fun for them. Ah! Oh, it's Christine. Christine jumps here. It's alright, Borgus. You are quite correct. There are no depths to which I would not go to entertain my audience. No, what did I say? Please don't do that, please, game. Dear me, whatever did he say and why are you worked up? Anyone would think you'd seen a ghost, or perhaps a phantom. Anyway, please never mind that, it's not important. Never mind what the choices are, it's not important. It serves only to hide my face so that I might truly take on any role. Now then. Cool. A marathon. Oh, lovely. I must thank you for accepting the invitation, Master Arthur. You're welcome, I guess? Not that I have much of a choice. Here to tell me why I'm here exactly? But of course, that is precisely why I've come to pay you this morning visit, in fact. If I may have a moment of your time, please, while a certain someone else is away. There's Bile. Ringers of joy, often by force, the perfect way to refer to the Ryukichigo who only ever considers the onlooker's happiness. It's nice seeing these event featuring it's actually showing up, because normally they're kind of exclusive to where they showed up. And if the end goal is that happiness, then they'll do whatever it takes to achieve it, even if it means breaking all the rules. However, my role is that of a public prosecutor. It is my duty to ensure that the law is obeyed, equally and by all. This duty supersedes that of alliance or even family. Thus do I intend to take on a job worthy of such a title, and worthy of the name Bael, number one in the hierarchy of the great laws established by King Solomon. So, what do you think of it then? How do you like this town that serves as home base for the Ryukicho entertainers? We have open stages, cinemas, hotels, theaters, every possible venue to stimulate the heart and mind. We will never make certain you never want for anything while you're here. Never once. So turn that frown upside down. There's no need to be so anxious here. Who are you exactly? And what is your aim? What do you plan to make me do? Are you not listening? Oh, we are but humble administrators, seeking only to make this game a bit more dramatic and exciting. For as long as the game here in Tokyo persists and remains entertaining, the Game Masters will continue to see to that persistence, and we will continue to see to its entertainment. That thrill of not knowing what might happen next, and the surprise of things yet unseen, is what we seek to deliver. Making things interesting, sure, but do you think you're going too far? Think about everyone who's suffering. Indeed, you're absolutely right. It is absolutely entertaining to see them suffer. Someone somewhere in this world is undoubtedly suffering right now at this moment. Oh, lamenting. Injured. Many poets have sung of just that, asking gods or gods above why they do not intervene at the sight of tragedy, but merely watch. And it shakes their faith. They wonder, does this god or do these gods truly even exist? Because could there be another explanation? What do you think, Earthen? What's your answer? About god or gods? I have an idea. Oh, no. You should know all about this by now, I think. There is, after all, a divine being who dispatched a fragment of itself to Tokyo known as Housamo Mononobe to watch over your many loops. An elusive being who looks upon this Tokyo from the distant heavens above. An exception called Solomon. The ultimate exception, Solomon. That's right. Clearly omniscient and omnipotent, and worthy of reverence, wouldn't you say? Now, let's go back to your question. How must this world look from the perspective of an omniscient, omnipotent being such as he? The answer is, comedic. What we perceive as tragedy would likely appear to a god as an amusement. A trifle. Is he saying that this game is a show for Solomon? And that's why something's happening? Well, there's a slight implication there anyways. As a world-famous actor once said, life is a tragedy when seen in close-up, but a comedy in long shot. This world is the same. A vertical slice viewed by an insider would undoubtedly be tragic, but to that man, it must be comedy. And if Housamo Mononobe you knew was a piece of that man's being, then some part of him must have felt the same. Hey, got a lot of nerve, you know. You have no idea how Mr. Mononobe felt. There's no way it was that. You're right. This is purely supposition after all. Faith, if you will. True omniscience is beyond our understanding. It is humanity's predisposition, however. One could even say fate, to be drawn to that which we do not fully comprehend. So tell me, what was Kyoma Mononobe to you, Arathan? Kindly, selfless adopted father, occasionally strict homeroom teacher, and so much more. A daddy at night. Daddy! Each person is in this world wears many masks and holds potential to stage countless untold dramas. All we've done thus far is our best to ensure those dramas are as entertaining as possible. To call attention to the narrow gap between love and hate, the small step between comedy and tragedy, presented in living color. But nothing we've yet done has reached a height of drama suitable to the entertainment of a god. We've made... Are you kidding? There's like several other gods. I guess she's talking about this specific one god. We've merely been spinning our wheels, rehashing the same dramatics over and over. No, nothing new. Everything old hat. So I had a marvelous idea. Why not try programming you've never staged before? And you are to play a particularly important part in it. So, do take care of yourself till the debut. But it seems as though the interloper has returned, so I shall be taking my leave now. Do excuse me. Interloper? Where'd she go? She disappeared like a mirage? Should I just follow for smoke and mirrors? Yeah, I figured she was talking about him. Arthan, found you. Sorry, kept you waiting. Bigfoot, where are you? Patrolled around Yurikacho to protect you. Today, where will you go? Bigfoot, I'll lead it anywhere you want. Dangers, not problem. Bigfoot will protect. You, Bigfoot's important guest. Will you show me around town then? Of course. Bigfoot show you. Bigfoot happy you make request. Fully trust him yet, but you got intel either way. Good on you, MC, for not having a horny option for that. Blocking off the scene, check. General inspection, check. What's next? Got any tips for me, Officer Horace? Let's see. Nobumichi Genpachi and Inukai prepare the scene for forensic examination. Finally, Horace and main story. Ideally, we want to ensure that whatever forensics teams we call in is familiar with transient biology. Righto! I mean, yes, sir. Sorry. Not used to this fancy workplace talk just yet. I'll be able to use any slip-ups. It's no bother, I assure you. Now after forensics, you'll want to track down any witnesses or persons of interest. If you encounter anyone acting suspiciously, please bring them to me right away for questioning. However, despite the fact that we're dealing with a Ripper here, try not to tear anyone apart, no matter how violent things may get. Incapacitate if you must, but leave them in one piece. As long as they're all there, I can revive them with my sacred artifact. Oh, interesting. Revival, I guess that explains his guts ability. Here's your event in Uedo Christmas. You, Umomichi Council member. Police officer, world representative, both Rule Makers and Christmas event. Interesting. Horace, world representative of Aru, punctuates his explanation by slamming his coffin sacred artifact on the ground in front of him. This particular sacred artifact has the wondrous ability to bring whoever is placed within it back to life. Even if they've been dismembered, as long as all parts are accounted for, it'll work. It is the same piece that resurrected Horace's own father, Osiris, after being cut to pieces back in her homeland. As an added bonus, anyone revived in this manner can be used by Horace however he sees fit, as long as it's to uphold the law. But in this case, the body's pieces have been scattered. Could this have been done specifically to prevent my secret artifact from being used? Surely not. Don't you worry, boss. I'll get him. That is to say, I will apprehend the culprit. That's what I'm here after all. I, Nobumichi, am strong enough to tackle any challenge. Stronger than my kinsman Yasuyori, and stronger than anyone else too. Your strength is in no doubt, Nobumichi, I assure you. Only the strongest may keep the peace. Never forget that we too are destined to create a paradise together, the likes of which none have ever created before. Yes, sir! You can trust in my sacred artifact, the subduing blade, to get the job done. Now, I'll have to question some suspects. As soon as Nobumichi Genpachi Unukai is out of sight, another individual appears before Horace from the shadows. Another rule maker. Salutations, Master Horace. It is nice to see the world representative come to the crime scene himself. Oh, Prosecutor Bale, no? Bale. It's good of you to come all this way as well. You, Master Horace, are the only person I know who should show such respect to a non-representative such as I. Yes, the others do tend to treat those who are not like themselves rather dismissively. But I shouldn't speak ill. I merely work to fulfill my duties in accordance with the laws that bind me, and in the name of my father, the great Osiris. And a noble sentiment that is. Now then, Master Horace, if I may ask, what does your department make of this incident? I did some preliminary research myself, and my findings are as follows. Yurakusho has been a hotbed of unsavory rumors for some time, centered largely around the trafficking of humans and transients. And word on the street is that the Ripper is targeting the ones responsible. It calls to mind that incident in Shinjuku back at the beginning of this loop, in which the game's trophy was being targeted. Are we targeted? I don't remember that. Well, besides by some random Paco transients. Well, I guess maybe he's talking about Kirito and Oniwaka. Oh, speaking of which, the remains found at the scene during said incident did bear a striking resemblance to the trophy, no? I recall all the world representatives, each and every one of them, were in quite a state of panic over that. To think the trophy would come under attack so soon. There was a collective sigh of relief once he emerged safe and sound. Even the world pillars, with all their memories of previous loops, could not identify the victim, the culprit, or the motive. The only one who could possibly have known the truth behind it all was Housamo Mononobe, the trophy's watcher. I'm as in the dark on this as you. My only takeaway from it is that the Yurakusho Guild may very well be hiding something. And as a police officer here in Tokyo, it is my sworn duty to uncover the truth of the matter. I seem to recall you stood in opposition to the alliance between the entertainers and my own rule makers, did you not? Indeed I did. And oh my god, this fucking name. And Gotobokuru's contingent stood with me, but we did not anticipate Ahura Mazda supporting the motion. The entertainers. As an administrative guild, possess privileges to rival those of even the three true guilds. To partner with them would certainly give the rule makers an advantage, but that would not have been fair. And as we took a vote in our court at the Central Cathedral, I shall of course follow the majority ruling decided therein. But I'm sure you understand that as the Yurakusho Guild has its tendrils in this instant, I cannot rest on my laurels here. Okay, so... Traditional, for saying more, internal conflict within the guild, not everyone is in agreement with upper management, with the upper decisions. I see. I can only bow my head to you in honor of your devotion to the duties with which you've been charged. Tell me, do you believe this is linked to that earlier Shinjuku incident, or is it a copycat crime? That too is yet to be determined, and frankly, I'm surprised a prosecutor would ask such a thing in the absence of evidence. And yet a world representative comes to the scene of the crime himself, even despite said lack of evidence. That must be at least mean you feel this incident is deeply connected to the game in some fashion or another. Is that all, Mr. Prosecutor? If so, then I'd ask that you please excuse me. There is much investigative work to be done. My apologies. It was not my intention to stand in the way of your duties, Master Horace. If I may ask just one more thing before you go, however. Are you familiar with the history of Yurakusho? While it is most widely known as a theater town, they say that there were once pleasure quarters in its alleys as well. And a mass murderer targeting ladies of the night. My. Where have we heard that before? With that, I shall take my leave. But do watch your neck out there, World Representative Master Horace. The interests of many groups intermingle here, and each brings in a crowd of all its own. It can be easy to run afoul of one or two. Good luck, Horace. Beowulf and... Worm. Worm, probably Worm. The crowd's really starting getting big. Already happened in place. Worm. Come on, let's get going. I'm feeling lucky today. White man jump scare. Rule Makers Arakawa Squad 18th Division reporting in. It is presently 1600 hours, and we've crossed into Arakawa Point D. This is probably directly under Mikhail's orders. We've apprehended 6 associates of the Arakawa Wanderers and transferred them to the Central. Resuming patrol now. Over. Hey, newbies. You've been briefed on this mission. Oh my god, he's working for the Rule Makers already. Jesus Christ, fucking Kirito. Yes, sir. We exposed any dissidents who assembled in Arakawa Ward, sir. That's right. Now be sure you know your equipment manual and list of dissidents, inside and out. Yes, sir. We will, sir. I like your attitude. Where did you belong before this? I am missionary, sir. That guild took a beating, and I chose to leave it for greener pastures. The Roppongi Tycoon, sir. Same story there. You've made the right decision. Luckily for you, the Rule Makers are on an upward trend. I too quit my former guild to join this effort. I felt some guilt at first, but I now believe it was the right decision. What guild are you leaving? I thought you were part of the Rule Makers originally. Yes, sir. We've heard the rumors that the Rule Makers have joined forces with another guild of great power and influence. That's been all anyone can talk about across the entirety of the app lately. It's true. And what's more, our station here in the slums is far more from both the front lines and the present chaos of the Yorukicho. I'd even go so far as to say we're entirely out of harm's way here. Hey, you there! New recruit, are you listening? Kirito Tachihara, when a superior officer calls upon you, you are to respond immediately. Yeah, I'm listening. No need to chew me out over it. I don't get good vibes from you. Where did you join us from, Kirito Tachihara? What does it matter? It's all the same to you, isn't it? Answer the question. Well, I mean, I was in the Ikebukuro Berserkers for a while. Then the Otomachi Genociders. I made some rounds. And why have you left them? Did you do something to shame or dishonor your former associates? I just realized he kind of like left out the part where he was working with the invaders and the warmongers. I ain't done a thing, and I ain't gonna. There's not a damn thing I can do. I mean, look at me. Do I look like some powder keg to you? No, I'm just a guy trying to get by. All the cliques I ever belonged before just fizzled out on their own. Every one of them. That's all there is to it. You belong to many failed guilds? You're a damn bad luck charm. The sneer, Greenhorn. Don't try any funny. Just fall in line behind the rest of us. Uh-oh. 18th Division. An intruder has been confirmed in the Arakawa area, headed for Point D. You are to intercept. I repeat. Ark! Oh my god! Are you gonna meet with Kirito? Reunion? Don't move. You can't hope to stand against us all by your lonesome. What just happened? I couldn't even see that attack coming at all. Is that base? They're finally coming back and seeing Kirito. That's at the top of the Rule Makers list of dissidents. The Guildmaster of the Ruined Genociders. May these chains burn your sins and doubts to ember. Pyre of piety. Hey, there's Kusha. Those chains. Apologies, I may have gone a little overboard. This should make it so you'll never have the heart to enter the fray again. Ark? Impressive. I didn't realize you were even still alive. What? Kirito? Is that you? No, this was all my doing. I am the one who destroyed the world. It was me! I could never forgive those angels. So I... Right. No wonder someone would want to kill you. What? I won't let you get away for this! Not after what you did to Mom and Dad! Mother! Hark! No. No! No! How's Babylon got stabbed? Hey, you really gonna cry over some measly death? They got what they deserved. Don't you agree, Aerithon? Right. I lent it to her. After that, all I did was tell her that Babylon and the others killed her mother. What goes around comes around, eh? Karma's a bitch, I guess. But I don't want it to come at me too much. I know. What's up with you? I didn't mess up or anything. You should be praising me for what I did. They're the ones who made a mess of Tokyo, aren't they? Why are you getting all emotional? Cut it out. A small fry like me isn't your enemy. You're not the only strong one you know. All these players are super powerful. It's just my part to close the curtains, and that's it. At best, the only thing my secret artifact can do is allow me to run away from people so they can't grasp my true nature. Yeah, I can't win or anything like that. I know exactly what my place in this game is. Up until now, I was only harassing you because Babylon ordered me to. If anything, I'm the victim here, yeah? I was forced into infiltrating Ikebukuro and Roppongi. It was a great nuisance, eh? It's interesting because I don't think Kirito actually invaded the missionaries. He pretty much invaded every other place, but the missionaries was exceptionally one of the places he didn't even bother touching. If you do something wrong, shouldn't you expect some punishment? You've gotta be kidding. Either way. Everyone's gonna go down with me, and that's all well and good. So, this is where you've been. Been looking for you after hearing from Aerithon and his friends. Aerithon, huh? You're friends with him now. No, I'm just like you, Kirito. I'm still Ark of the Otomachi Genociders. We may have an alliance, but I'm not in the Summoners. You and I have the same place to go back to, Kirito. So, let's go back together. We're the last of the family, aren't we? Like I care about that. You're nothing to me now. Kirito. Yeah, Kirito just runs and runs away. I mean, kind of. What's keeping you from desperation anyway? This world is just a chain of repeating tragedies. Babylon must have told you the truth, right? About this godforsaken loop? If you ask me, this world would be better off if it just gave up the ghost already. How can you even say that, Kirito? Mother and father truly loved you. You were part of the family. Her brother did too, and so did I. You got some nerve saying that with a straight face after what you all made me go through. But the truth is, I don't need to be associated with the likes of you. Don't ever show your face in front of me again. I'm through having affection and concern shoved down my throat. Families, mothers, it's all crap. Funny how I don't even feel the same way when I look at Aerithon. Must be something wrong with me. Kirito, I got nothing else to say to you, so hit the road already. Wherever you gotta. Anywhere but here. Kirito, wait! What the? Drone pilots. Imaging analysis complete. Confirmed Guildmaster of Genociders with 90% probability. Gun camera capturing target from above. Angle adjusted successfully. Beginning automatic salvo. Drone soldiers from the Rule Makers. I can't believe they've chased me this far. Estimating escape route with AI. Complete. Resuming automatic drone pursuit. Yeah! Damn it. No matter how many I take down, there's no end to them. They just keep coming. The drones continue their pursuit relentlessly. Their movements are precisely calculated without the slightest deviation or hesitancy. Although it's purely digital, there's almost a sense of confidence in their pursuit, as if they'd known from the very start the most efficient and effective methodologies to employ. I can't get away. Do I have no choice but to fight them? Hey, Chain Kid. I know you are. But if you're looking to escape, come on, this way. What? Who? I guess he's a fan of chains. Kirito casts a cold glance at his teammates lying sprawled on the ground. All by myself again, huh? Well, fine. That's just how I like it. I just want to be left alone. Then, what could a random stranger possibly even want from me anyway? Oh, Iserfold. This is not what I was expecting. Oh, do forgive my rudeness. I am Israfil. And I would be most pleased if you take my words as those of your employer, the Rule Makers. So is he or is he not part of the Rule Makers? For the occasion of their alliance with the entertainers, I have one request to make of you. Well, would you look at that? The orders from above, huh? Sadly, as you can clearly see, I'm kind of useless here. So I'm afraid I'll have to pass, if it's all the same. I can't be of any help in this war of yours. But I have a request that can only be carried out by you, just as you are. You seek to bring an end to this world, no? Usha's worst enemy is the wind. Yeah, I don't know how to respond to that. Alright, part 2 of Downfall. Hey, it's Prisnik. Relevant. Kabicho Shinjuku, home of the guild for misfits known as the Outlaws. Here, one such outlaw named Krisnik always awaits contact from a certain other individual. We can make it. We picked out the station as the safest speak spot, but even so. Well, howdy hello to you. You must be the envoy from the Kabicho Outlaws, correct? That's right. Name's Krisnik. And you're from our allies in the Ueno Beast Steamers. You must be... Pazuzu, yes. No need for formalities here. We should make fast friends, I suspect. I must say, I'm grateful for you coming all this way, given the danger. And to your guild as well for sending you. Oh, no. Think nothing of it. You are our allies, and we owe you a great deal as it is. We can never ignore your pleas. The transient Labe and his colleagues are really quite indebted to you, as I understand. Did they do something? I don't know this. This is not a flashback that we've seen before. Indeed, the genociders once unleashed a series of horrible events upon Otamachi. Oh, did they shelter them? Maybe that happened and I just forgot. But through the guidance of Marchosias, an envoy of Kabukicho, the Ueno Beast Steamers were able to escape the worst of it. From this act of kindness, a bond was formed between the Ueno Beast Steamers and the Kabukicho Outlaws, and an alliance established. Nice! Shall we move on to the topic at hand, a re-examination of the remains from that incident? Okay, so Krisnik is... This pretty much does confirm Krisnik is part of the Outlaws. I mean, I know it said so that it was reached per 12, but it's also like... It's kind of weird for like the teacher to be part of the guild as the student. And we've never seen them actually working as a host among everyone else. So I don't know how that works out. Maybe he's just doing it in coordination with Ellie. I don't know. Shall we move on to the topic at hand? A re-examination from the remains of that incident? I still can't fathom how you got your hands on those, given how deeply under police lock and key they shoved in. Well, I have some long-standing connections with the police. It wasn't much trouble convincing them to share a sample with me. I see. Well, we did thoroughly investigate them in our lab and made some rather interesting discoveries. Perhaps the most interesting being that despite being separated from the victim's body, these remains are still very much alive. Though I suppose that's not such a rarity in this the natural world when it comes down to it. It's like a lizard shedding its tail. How do you mean? Oh, are you unfamiliar with autotomy? Lizards raking off their tails to escape their prey. The shed part remains alive for some time. But you're not here for a biology lesson, and I'm not just making a simile. The assailed was a lizard, likely a dragon or worm. Dragon? Or worm, yes. A large lizard therian. You can take my word on this, as I am certain of a lizard specialist. So, I know we call our thing Double Dragon when we unleash the exception with Lil Solomon, but I don't know how that's actually related to us as a dragon at all. And such serpents have a particular defining characteristic, namely, that they change forms depending on who's observing them. This characteristic applies even to pieces of their body, sadly, making positive identification intrinsically unfeasible for us. It may even be that another dragon or worm in the vicinity could be positively ID'd as the victim, in which case... Oh, come on. You're killing me here. You're the expert. Even if it's just theory, let's hear it. Don't leave me hanging. So does it or does it not belong to us? I mean, that's what I got, but apparently the ID might change if it's a dragon. That is not us. My apologies, I do have a nasty habit of trying things out for dramatic effect. My conclusion upon reflection is that whoever is responsible for this incident wanted the victim to remain unidentified. Come again? Well, perhaps that's overspecifying. It may be better to say the perpetrator wanted to commit a crime that affected no one. The exact details are in this report. Communications have been at risk lately, so I thought it better to hand it to you directly. Snake takes a document from Pazuzu, flips through it, and gives a nod that indicates a mixture of approval and disbelief. I see. So that's it, is it? Everything's finally starting to make sense now. I mean, I know you had like some sort of role of the... what's called... I don't know about a role of dragon, but... we just called it the dragon. I don't know how it works out. I don't know. Our sword unlocked and dragons came out, maybe at least in the 4-star art. I don't know how it works out. Thank you, Pazuzu. You should prove to be invaluable until for the entirety of the Kabukicho Outlaws. If rumors are to be believed, the 3 true guilds are after this info themselves, so it could even be a good bargaining chip. I'm very pleased to hear it. Now, handling this was the reason I came, so if you'll excuse me, I'll be taking my leave. Hey, hold on. You can't mean you're heading back alone, can you? You must know how dangerous that is right now. As if to punctuate the statement, the sound of a not-so-distant gunshot suddenly cuts through the air. Oh, there's no need to worry. I have my dear beast with me. He's rather shy, but extremely reliable in a pinch. Pastor, there he is. Okay, he's there. Oh no, not this music. Forward march in there, my giants. Slaughter them all. Reduce the rule makers to paste. Ah! The odds are 50-50, I'd say. It won't be possible to push the front lines any further back. Drones equipped with cameras and firearms. Countermeasures against my eye, I presume. They've learned and adapted. How are the other front lines faring? All about the same, I would think. Aside from myself, Tita, and Marduk, there are only a handful of warmongers able to serve as commander on the front. No fewer than half of the world representatives who remain alive, and well must be sent to fight the rule makers, lest their defeat be assured. If only Varga was here. I'd leave the rest to him and charge in there myself. That's some interesting trust he has for him. The situation has changed, Varga. This is where we part ways. You should take that student of yours and leave this place far behind. Balor. Shiva and I are equally matched, which means I cannot assure your safety if you stay with me. You have a student who needs protection, of course. You can't forget about that unfinished business of yours. You have yet to challenge Arsalan of the Ayama Guild, correct? So please don't trouble yourself with me any longer. Ever since that loop in which I chose to be imprisoned as a condemned man, I at least have settled all my scores. But I knew there was only one reason why an old man like me would be summoned to this Tokyo. I wish I had a chance to tell him the truth, but, well, it might not be too late. It all depends on how this fight ends. Okay. I understand. I'll go. I wish you luck, my friend. And to you as well. May you find victory, Varga. Varga, I wonder if you have had yourself an honorable, noble death by now. Or maybe... I seem to be getting sentimental. This is neither the time nor the place for such distractions. Now let us see how the situation fares in the south. What moves have the invaders made? If their tactics remain consistent, they should be well matched with the Rule Makers' dropouts. There's much to consider. We may be able to fool the drone cameras with our optical camouflage. Let's advance from the blind spots. Survivors of the invaders, though. Damn those invaders! They've penetrated deep into the heart of their encampment before our very eyes. Excellent. Continue pace. At this rate, wait. What the? Oh no. Not the live stream. Sorry to keep you waiting. Let the live stream begin. Come on and all. Up the stage. Let's get cancelled. What in the world is going on here? It's like we're being pulled out in the open against our will. Enemy position confirmed. Checking until now. Commence counterattack. Reinforcements from the entertainers have arrived. Just show caution to the wind. All ends, attack with everything you have. Rest in peace, lizards. Unless I do that Tatami thing. Combat throughout Tokyo was already ramping up in intensity, increasing its voltage considerably by the minute. But then... part of the agents? Game players? Hey, did you hear? It's an all-out war among the three true guilds. You'd better figure out who's how to run faster, or we could be in real trouble. It seems the Rule Makers and Entertainers are taking on new recruits. So I say we hurry up and get in there. Tokyo is currently divided into it's the warmongers and invaders versus the Rule Makers and Entertainers. And there's no place for neutrality in this conflict. Like it or not, everybody's been brought up on the stage. Right, people have to join sides or they get shit fucked. And many are realizing that they have to pick a side. Welcome, prospective new entertainer. Won't you please state your name and tell me which stage you wish to stand upon? It's Amdusios. I'm new here. I've always had my eye on any stage bathed in limelight, so you know. New? I mean, I guess he was new during Valentine's Snow Fight, but I guess that means he's just new in every loop. I want to be an idol. I know this body of mine isn't well suited to it, but even so. Oh, it's quite alright, I assure you. As long as you're with us, you can become whatever your heart desires. I shall be your guide on this journey. My name is Barong. I shall gladly show you the ropes and set you on the right path. So come, step upon the dazzling stage alongside us entertainers and realize your dreams. Wow, you bet! Thanks so much for having me. Lead the way. Yes, you can be whatever your heart desires, provided you offer yourself up to us in both body and soul. Barong of the Yarakucho entertainers twists his face into a grin of pure delight, without even the slightest trace of doubt or uncertainty to be seen thereupon. The effects of this, of course, go far beyond simply impacting each individual player. Right, if everyone's starting to join guilds, the majority of things more likely to happen to. Even if not in the entire Tokyo, at least within local enclosed areas. Don't move, Ueno Guild. Try anything funny and I can't guarantee you'll make it out of here in one piece. Ugh, you accursed seraph. Somebody save us! That's 2 wells, and you are not to produce a third. We already know of your rule. Danny Phantom Fanboy Taco. That's one way to describe him. The assailants point their arrows at Kushi's face and draw back their bowstrings, then turn their attention towards Slabe. Damn it, they even know the particulars of Kushi's third howl? The rule representatives must be leveraging their knowledge of previous loops. They will choose here and now. Are you to cooperate with the rule makers? Or are we prepared to die? Is that it? I fear there may be no third option here. Kushi. Fenrir, do not resist. It's alright to do as you're told here. Babe. Wise choice. Now put those hands up. Troops, you're to take charge of them. Do not let your guard down. The Ueno Guild should have a lot more people in it than this. Are to head for the portal next and smoke out the rest. Just before raising his hands in the air as instructed, Abe surreptitiously presses a button on the phone in his pocket. This opens the line of communications should not only allow the other members to listen in on the entire conversation, but will send an emergency alert notice to all of them as well. Things are starting to really heat up out here. Send all available troops out to the battlefield. They know everything they know, so there's nothing left to be feared. I doubt you rule makers just realize just how much pain you're in for by bringing beasts up the stage without their tamers. You know everything we know? That's not going to be of much help to you, since there's plenty we don't know about ourselves. Besides which, knowing is only half the battle. Some things in life can be known well in advance and still bring about chaos. Anyone in here? Come out with your hands up! I know this is the Ueno Beast Tamer's portal site. Your other portal, the Ueno Academy Research Institute, has already fallen to its rule makers, as there's no sense resisting. Dang, this chapter 14 has some flop design choices. Bigfoot and Abdusius, what? Damn. What's with this cage? There's someone inside. Oh, it's him. It's the boy, Yuma. Well, come on then. Get out of here! Don't you dare think you can. What the new world? Oh no, he's becoming a Discord mod. Run away, everyone! Ah, hello there. Oh no, there's no need pointing your weapons at me. It's quite rude. You there. Halt! We know you're the ones of the surviving Ueno Guild members. Your faces all over the wanted posters. Oh, and I know you as well. Well, not you specifically, but I know you collectively are the rule makers, no? Seems you've become acquainted with my friend. And it sounds like you know a fair bit about us. But there are some disasters in this world that can't be avoided even when known well in advance. Pastor, duty calls. Is he a giant? No, not a giant lizard. He's so girthy. Don't be intimidated. You know everything about them. Is he actually canonically like enormous or something? That'd be weird. And this one is Pazuzu of the Ueno Beast Tamers. He's their foremost authority on dragons and orms, and one of our prime targets. Sacred artifact is a talisman, so he has little offensive power. The other one is the one we need to focus on. He's a transient beast tamer named Hastur. They call him the walking biohazard. Everyone don your gas mask and protective gear, and then... In the name of Hastur, the Yellow King, I beseech thee, plague, pestilence, poison, and drought! Swarm now to where my hazard mark beckons. Swarm and devour! Yellow King sign! my voice is getting destroyed. The protective suit meant to protect the Rule Makers soldiers are almost instantaneously dried out and devoured by an incalculably huge swarm of insects, leaving them in tatters. On top of this, each soldier is paralyzed by a powerful toxin and buffeted by a gale force wind bearing a debilitating disease. So what do you think of Hester, my walking biohazard? It is an act for biological warfare. How were you infected? Oh, so you're able to stand in the midst of the utter hell and smile. Ugh. You are as foolish as you are unsightly. And if you choose to defy Hester's will, then you are also clear to value your lives. Ah, Hester, my lovely lizard friend. You saved me. You're truly great and clever to boot. Are you uninjured? They didn't hurt you, did they? When we get back, be sure to check you from head to toe. Stop it, Pazuzu. How many times have I told you? I'm not a lizard. Oh, no. You don't need to worry about it, me. I can touch you all I want on arms, thanks to this talisman sacred artifact of mine. Your pestilence, wind, insect swarm, flash drying, and toxins are all fully guarded. I'll suffer no ill effects from any of them. No one was worried about you, Pazuzu! Get away from me, you weirdo! I've never seen Esther's other expressions. That's kind of funny. Sorry, kept you waiting. This ice cream messed around. My god, I just realized he's playing the role of the fucking Katobopos in this episode. Where did Katobopos go anyways? Pazuzu getting a good value out of those 4 turns. True. I'll be like it. Here, Arthur. Looks scrumptious. Can't wait. Here, Bigfoot. Open and say ah. This is no time for flirting. Something wrong, Arthur? I see you pick third option with everyone else. Why not me? There's something I have to ask you. What's your guild's true motive here? And what are the entertainers after? Bigfoot said, Bigfoot protect you. No lies. Bigfoot never lie. Bigfoot swear on great mystery. Then please, Bigfoot, let me go. I want to look around on my own, freely. And I need to get back to my friends. That Bigfoot cannot do. Outside the Yorakucho, too dangerous. Bigfoot stay with you. Protect. Not let anyone lay hands on you. Why would you go that far? There's gotta be more to it. And that makes it tough to trust you. No more. Just what Bigfoot said. Liking someone is so wrong. Bigfoot succeed with mystery, suffering, and dead. And yet... But gratitude, totally different. What's important to Bigfoot? Bigfoot likes you. And this is who Joe's sleeping after? Jesus Christ. Bigfoot knew the moment he met you. Bigfoot, I like this person. Hello? Vargas there. I'm remotely monitoring our VIP guests now. And so far, everything's speak and span. Alright, understood. Just don't get too close to the target, eh? This worked in Yorkshire might go off without a hitch. And then there goes that other job too. Honestly, it's such a pain. Sorry. That's all I gotta report at this time. Roger that. Continue safeguarding the VIP guest. Oh, found you! Couldn't have approached before the end of the call, eh? Suspicious person spotted near the target. Prepare to intercept. You're fucking dead, bloke. Whoa, he's pulling a sword, and he's aiming straight and true for Araton. Bloody hell. So heavy. Come on now, don't get in the way. Worm, take care of this interloper. Wait, why are you after Arthur? Who are you? I should think that would be obvious. Beowulf has made his debut and has a job to do. Our job is to slay dragons. What else would I be here for? Okay, we're gonna finally talk about a connection as a dragon. Allison, why are you coming this way? Take this! Yeah! Allison! Is that not us? Oh my god, it's a live streamer. That'd be good. Another miss. Curses. My, you are looking so youthful and vibrant today, Beowulf of the Game Masters. Ah, entertainer. Kind of you to say. Wait. Didn't Arthur just get slain? My apologies if we alarmed you. That was a body double I arranged for you. You see, a stunt actor. What? Beowulf, we have known for some time that you Game Masters are targeting Arthur. For if the continuance of the game is your goal, there is no faster way to achieve it than to expel the trophy from the stage. The trophy's absence should trigger advancement to the next loop after all, as it always has before. Oh wow, okay, so because of this weird interruption, they want to actually kill me, MC, faster. And under the present circumstances, the Rule Makers and the other players involved seek the same. We, on the other hand, have used our administrative privileges to hide Arthur from the stage instead. Only, you are unable to hide him from the Game Masters, who bear the same privileges, and thus deploy the decoy. Is that it? Oh, indeed it is. From our perspective, such a bland, predictable loop trigger is not worthy of this grand stage, you see. You may therefore consider the trophy to be under administrative protection. But as consolation, I, Christine of Yurikcho, shall keep you company on this fine day. Please enjoy yourself to the fullest. What's wrong, Bigfoot? What's the alert? You! Hide in Bigfoot's shadow. Something has begun. You are in danger. Someone approaching. Who this? New phone. What? Something got foggy. Oh my god! It's Kirito, he's gonna kill us again! Oh my god. Kirito? Well, you actually remembered me. Didn't think I made that much of an impact. Consider me impressed. Been a while. Not long enough though, Arthur. Can't say I particularly wanted to get mixed up with you again myself. Honestly, so I feel your pain. Mark's been looking for you. I'm worried about you, you know. Yeah, we met up. As usual, their concerns are totally misplaced. I just can't figure out why Ark, and you for that matter, are taking this game so seriously. Are you both just out of your minds? Oh, sorry. I guess maybe you just haven't been told yet. Been told what? What do you know? Housamo Mononobe. You know him? When I first met you, he told me a bunch of stuff. The big reveal among it, I had no idea. Oh, so Kirito actually did kill us, unironically. And Housamo was just there. Well, did Kirito. What's this about Housamo Mononobe? Does that even matter at this point? I've got a job to do, so I'm just going to get to it. Without a moment's hesitation, Kirito draws a knife and lunges toward you. Kirito? Do you really want to fight me? Don't get the wrong idea, this ain't personal. I'm just doing my job. Stop. Arthur, my charge. Won't let you hurt. Sorry, Bigfoot, but you didn't get an Evo, so I'm probably screwed. Really now? That just means you're gonna get mixed up in this mess yourself, though. I kinda feel bad for you. Well, I guess we might as well get this party started anyway, huh, Arthur? Although we did not actually go into this quest with a team selection. Maybe that's for the next one. we are going into it with battle, our first battle for this thing. And we are facing just Kirito, who is Omega OP. You should watch out for him. What? No, my ARs, let me... Gross, I'm stuck with shitfoot. Whatever. Okay, let's do this. Is it the guy that died? No, he's alive. Without his arm. What do you think? Our head is filled with the lights now. You see, now there's truly no business like show business. Show is the word. You will show me everything now. Your body and soul, your hopes and dreams, and all that you take pride in. Yes. Yes. I offer myself to you completely. So please, please, give me more delights. Excellent. Welcome to the entertainers then. You shall be one of us from this day forth. Be determined. Not even full leveled. Sad if you were a girl. That's true. Why is he not full leveled? What the fuck? That's so weird. Why is he like level seated and then not even? That's so weird. What the fuck? Doesn't even make sense. What? Maybe I'm just misremembering. He was level seated, I think, though, wasn't he? That was weird. No, he was not. I was looking at MC. It was fine. Also, I don't know what just happened. Bale did a thing. Ugh, damn it all. Fine. I concede. That's one hell of a snare. So that's how you brainwash people from all walks of life to join your guild, huh? Then you make them decoys and ensure they look identical to the trophy. What? They're brainwashing people and making them look like trophy? Oh, that's fucked. That's fucked. He was level 68 out of 78? No way. That's fucked. Why would they even do that to him? Oh no, we don't do anything so crass as brainwashing. We merely ensure guests are provided with the most supreme of delights. It just happens that when we do so, they always willingly give themselves over to us and gladly participate in our stage shows. I'm certain those you cut down were more than happy to lay down their lives for their art. Oh, is that what happens? So he actually... Sorry, I was talking the entire time. I didn't realize he ended up killing some other bozo. Not bad, Christine. Most would never be able to tell you are just an actor. And that is what acting is all about now. To assume whatever role best entertains one's audience. If you find delight in battle, I will happily play the sword stress. Damn, my blade's gotten chipped again. Next one! Bring the next one, Worm. Now then, let's pick up where we left off. Beowulf discards his old sword, takes a new one in hand, and continues his assault on Christine. You relinquish your sacred artifact like a spendthrift does coin. Are you certain you should discard it so readily? So long as the fight goes on, I'm disheartened or when my body grows old. As long as there's a spare sword, I can fight. Just like that trophy. Otherwise, how could I keep fighting dragons? And that's what makes you a great... Whoops, that's it. And that's what makes you a great game master. Continuing this this fight is everything to you. But we're here to ensure it stays interesting the whole way through. To that end, I do so hope you enjoy our new script. To think that you joined forces with the Rule Makers, what could you possibly be planning to do? Yeah. Anybody there? It's me, August. Autocall Guild, do you copy? In contrast with his prior kill to the Recruit Guild, August's tone of voice on this call is both hushed and strained. I have some valuable information to relay from Yokucho. Listen closely. First and foremost, I really want to thank you. Those Rule Makers troops have been on my tail for a while now. I have to ask though, where are we? I had no idea there was a place like this near the Rule Makers domain. Hey, it's Hermes. Yo, Husha! Is this place one of their new recruits and Wanderers? What? No, it's someone I reached out while they were trying to get away from the Rule Makers. Never mind them, though. Have you heard word from Vargas yet, Hermes? Yeah, he's done good work. Only got some inside tea on that Yurkshu incident. Might even be enough to negotiate with Tachikawa and his gang, since they won't leave me alone otherwise. Let me see. You're Wanderers, then. The Arakawa Guild. And I know you're a bit about you. You're the guildmaster of the Otomachi Genociders. Is this your portal? Have you made it into the home base, conducting your guild activities and such from there? No, we don't have any portals. Or rather, any portals we take, we relinquish shortly after. I mean, we're called Wanderers for a reason. And so we've managed to survive against Rule Makers all this time. I don't know how that's possible. To be an officially recognized guild, you do need at least one portal. So maybe they hold multiple temporarily, but like, how are there any guilds that are just not up for grabs at this point? Unless they're actually actively conquering existing ones before letting them go. I mean, we're called the Wanderers after all, and that's how we started against the Rule Makers all this time. Every other major force out there with portals to their name has been coerced into allying themselves with the Rule Makers by now. Coerced into allying, huh? Is that how people describe brainwashing these days? It's accurate, at least. But there's a bigger concern here. Those drone soldiers chasing you. Did you happen to notice the devices on their heads? Apparently, they're designed to expand their consciousness. They dictate every aspect of their movements and reactions. Basically, they provide optimum moves for each of them to best mesh individually with their collective group. In short, they know what'll work best in the long run, without having to even think about it. It makes them nigh unstoppable. You sure you should be going into this much detail around this, Stranger Kusha? It's fine, Hermes. I've heard all about what happened to the Genociders. You've got a long history with the Rule Makers, don't you, Ark? And not a happy one, either. They got fucking killed! Whoever strikes first wins. Knowing that, Subtutus shatters the wall beneath Mikhail's feet. Run, men, beloved children of humanity. Run! Work! Run! Earthen! Don't stop! Go! Go, my beast! The beast materializes from Babylon's air and engages in a desperate battle against an army of innumerable agents. Mother! Ark, we will buy you time. Go with Arathan. The AR. They should show the AR here, honestly. Let me happy, both of you. Mother! No! Listen, I love you. No matter what, I love you, Ark. I'm honored to have you as my child. Oh, my wish. Fulfilled at last. I have always wanted to say those words to my child. Here, I have had a family. I am so happy to have come here to Tokyo. Babylon beams at you both, then turns back to the angels and charges towards them. And then they left Tokyo. Rest in peace. It's interesting that for our gacha games, these characters are actually like straight up dead. Yeah, I have a debt to collect from those Rule Makers. For my family. And I will get my payment in full, with interest. That's why I'm still standing here now. I understand. I understand all too well. The fire in those eyes takes me back. I might even say I'm a little envious of it. But am I to understand, then, that you intended to infiltrate the central portal of the Rule Makers all by yourself somehow? That was the plan initially. I had someone I intended to bring back with me too. But I was spotted by those accursed drone soldiers patrolling the area and wound up on the run. I see. Well, regardless of how shitty that plan was, turning back when you did was the right call. No one who's gone in there has ever come out. One reckless fool vanished into that void just recently, in fact. That's someone to bring back, just like you. No, Varga, rest in peace. His name was Dalai Varga, if I'm not mistaken. He came from the Warmongers territories in the west, swung by here, and that was the last thing I'd seen of him. I wonder if perhaps he and his acquaintance have been coerced by now. Apparently their story still continues in chapter 15 since we saw them in the trailer. Word has it that you Wanderers have been working on some partisan anti-occupation measures against them. Nothing quite as fancy as that, I'm afraid. Though the motivation behind what we do will differ from person to person. Ultimately, it all just comes down to the Wanderers and the Rule Makers not being able to see eye to eye where it counts. And where might that be? Well, do you know what brought the Rule Makers together? What belief system they share that forged their guild's bonds? My best guess is hierarchy. I mean, I guess that's the entire game system, but more like, you know, a hierarchy where there has to be a loser and there has to be a winner. In order the losers to divide the losers and the winners and to enrich those superior as a result of their loss. It's a bit different for the other guilds where it seems that, you know, there are losers and winners, but they're not necessarily getting stronger because there are losers. Well, let's see if that's the case. I don't think I do. Unconditional mercy and love. And the deity bearing them, who doesn't exist in this world. Are they talking about the Hebrew god? They believe that this omnipotent and omniscient being will save them and lead them on the right path to the future. And then there's us. We're just vagrants. Wanderers, as our name implies. We choose our own paths. We follow no one. I see the contrast. Very smart, LifeWonders. Those who follow versus those who choose their own path. So you can imagine, I think, how our belief systems might clash rather hard with one another. Ooh, Kirito, the spearing! Oh no, he has evasion! What's with this fog out of nowhere? Huh? Kirito's vanished? A thick fog envelops the air all around you, closing off this little pocket of space and seemingly separating its entire alley from the world beyond. That hurt, I think? You really are stronger than meets the eye. You just barely dodged that though. Or maybe I've just got crap aim. No. No matter who, even just a little, Bigfoot cannot allow anyone hurt Ayrton. Bigfoot? Stay back, it's too dangerous! It's okay, for you Bigfoot can do anything. Bigfoot, please, your kid sucks. Protect yourself, not me. Bigfoot, understand. Walk on Tonka's final feelings. Hey Yoka, injury to soul. That wound buried deep down. Unconditional love. So protecting you, bring only great joy. Bigfoot loves Ayrton. Bigfoot always protect. I don't understand why Bigfoot's so thirsty for us. The only thing I can really sense is because he somehow, after taking over his role, he also seems to have absorbed Wakan Tonka's presence. I mean, Wakan Tonka, the individual that has been separated as a mortal being, seems to persist. But it seems the infinite being of Wakan Tonka that exists in everyone has now moved over to Bigfoot. So I guess when Bigfoot loves us, it's really Wakan Tonka, this dude who's actually originally loving us. So it's not really his affection per se. Bigfoot. You too. I love you too. I love the person in you. I love Wakan Tonka Mugen. What was that just now? Unconditional love. You clearly understand nothing. You really don't have a clue. And I can't let what you said stand. That sentence is just beyond unforgivable. Kirito, what are you saying? Why are you smiling? Wait. Mad. I learned something from that damned Kyoma Mononobe that I wished I could unlearn. I know I can't, of course, but that doesn't mean I have to accept it lying down. Doesn't mean I have to take it. But I'll tell you what I learned. I learned that there's no such thing as unconditional love or a family you can count on. Mr. Ononobe said that? What in the world did he tell you? You know what else I learned? I learned that there are some things we're all better off not knowing. That there's no place for me in this world. This world where we'd all be better off if we just got killed. Basically, I learned that there's no place in this world I want to be anymore. I feel you, Kirito. It's tough out there. But now it's all falling into place. I'm going to free you from this world with my own two hands. And then I too will finally get off this dirty, rotten stage they call Tokyo. My god, it's Kirito! A much more compelling character than Shitfoot. Alright, let's see how this battle goes. Survive for 5 turns. If he's skilled Alexis, I'm screwed. Okay, I got evasion. So I think he might pierce evasion, but I don't know what his base kit is. I'm just gonna move over here. Let's see if he pierces. He does not this version. I'm surviving. Okay, well, Bigfoot doesn't even have evasion in his kit, I'm pretty sure. That's more Kirito saying, ironically. Oh, we're fucking dead! Ah, we're good. So I guess we lost that battle. And the aftermath. Whenever I see Ethereum, it always makes me think that's how I should have been born into this world too. Just like that. The reality is, I was born a human, and they are born Therians. We are not the same. But I just kept wondering to myself, why? If there is a god, then why did that god make me like this? My heart, my soul is Therian, but my body is human. Why? Why is this how I was born into this world? Can't help feeling ashamed of myself for being human. And so I lock myself in a cage to keep the beast within me at bay. It's a beast that lets loose from its cage. A roar echoes through the room. Well, Therian suppression team, reporting. Target identified on list of dissidents. Ueno Beast Tamer's Guildmaster, Yuma. This sacred artifact injects him with an agent that transforms him from human to Therian. It's alright though. That Fenrir like lines, he is being a bit emo. Which is like kind of funny because, you know, very suppression. That's funny. It's alright though. As long as we proceed in accordance with our allies' projections, everything should be nomin. There is no motive behind his actions beyond pure instinct. He merely acts out as the voice screaming within his commands. Any logical reasoning present within his human, the human known as Yuma, is not reflected in the slightest within the beast he has become. After growing wary of his rampage, still running on all fours, he escapes into the streets of Ueno. Yeah. Can we like go back to the Kirito fight where he kicks our ass because he's obviously a much better unit than both MC and Bigfoot combined. So, Beowulf, you wish to know why we entertainers would join hands with the Rule Makers, do you? The answer is a simple one. It's because our two organizations want the same thing. So, the Rule Makers seek the advent of this omnipotent and omniscient deity? Yes. That's the only way to justify their actions with any sort of reason, is to assume they prioritize this goal above all else. So, the singular deity, as we know, is normally gonna be the Abrahamic god, but the thing is, it's not just Eden that exists in the Rule Makers. That's also entities like Horus, as well as, what's it called? Takamagahara was Amaterasu. So I wonder if they share kind of like a similar belief system with a one omniscient being. Or if they're just trying to fuse their sort of ideologies together in that way. The only way to justify their actions with any sort of reasons to assume their priority is this goal above all else. Of course, whether to accept that goal as a reason or condemn it is as absurd is a whole another story. It defies all logic to presume such an existence. This world is finite, therefore omniscience and omnipotence cannot exist. Any being capable of calculating all aspects of this world could not fit within it. Logically, they must exist outside of it. Quite right, Turing. But you're looking at this all wrong, for you're assuming them to be a singular entity. Expand your condition. Wait, is this an actual conversation? Not in the past? I don't even know what's happening. I mean, AIs can go wherever. I guess this is in the collective subconscious, which might still exist. It's not like they destroyed it. Well, isn't it supposed to be exception territory? I don't know where this is taking place. Maybe it's just in the internet. And I guess Turing digitized himself too. And it's still right there. Expand your conditions to include the possibility of them being multitudes, and suddenly, it is no longer quite so far-fetched. Okay, so it really isn't just the Abrahamic god then. Nice catch. We're getting wrecked because Kirito's a good unit and Bigfoot shit. This is just like what happened before. Bigfoot is reserve representative, great in mystery. He no longer in world, so Bigfoot inherits his rule. Well, Kantanka, you mean? You've inherited his rule? I see, so the title of reserve representative isn't just for show or, bureaucracy. It actually does have a functional purpose as rules, where it's transferred over. Exist in all places, always. Be part, all things. Alpha and Omega, all-knowing, all-powerful. That potential in Bigfoot now. Great mystery, Wakantanka. His power is able to do this. Nobody noticed, but able to save everybody. Massive, fearsome tempest spawns with Bigfoot at its epicenter. The surrounding fog is blown away almost instantaneously. Bigfoot wishes he was Wakantanka again. Bigfoot! That's amazing! And it's just the opening we needed. Thanks. Been waiting for you to do that. Ooh, what's that? He did the null thing! What was that? Huh? Fog is gone now. But Kirito's nowhere to be seen. In Egyptian mythology, there is one ruling god above others. Oh yeah. Interesting. I mean, I forget who it is, but I feel like I remember reading something like that. Maybe it's the same thing with Takamagahara, although I thought Amaterasu was considered the highest god. So that'd be a bit weird. Oh, just stop. Bigfoot! Kirito! What did he do to them? My sacred artifact is extremely weak. I can't defeat anyone in the world with it. But by that logic, if my opponent isn't of this world, then I can defeat them effortlessly. So he's quite good against exceptions and outside powers in general. What was the story? Tell us what happened! Kirito, stop. I can't let you hurt him anymore. Please. Earthen. Kirito jumps here. We're fucked. Wait. This feels familiar. I've experienced this somewhere before. Yes, this scene played out at the very same way in past loops as well. It always ends with Kirito Tachihara stabbing and finishing off Ayrton. But I believe I've said before that I can never condone giving the same performance twice. So what will transpire this time around is a whole new script. Our new script. Always ends. Did this happen more than once then? So Kirito has in fact killed us quite a few times. I'm starting to understand why Kirito hates us in-game, or rather gameplay-wise. He has a dislike relationship with us. Farewell, Arthur, whom I once called family. He brings down the knife, but when it makes contact with Bigfoot, and with the arm detached to the hand bearing your ring. And brings down the knife, but when it makes contact with Bigfoot, and with the arm attached to the hand bearing your ring. Oh, what? The entire cityscape and all the colors of the world suddenly go topsy-turvy, as they had once before. Bigfoot, you suck! What's happening? Here's some kind of strange music. Very nice, though. It's the kind of background track one might hear during an underground stage play. Exotic and stirring. Saccharine in its extravagance. Are we gonna join the Rule Makers now? Oh no! I mean, yes! We're gonna fucking get ganked by the live streamers. Anything like that? No! No, not the Infernal Bear, no. Anything with that, it's fine. What? The world is spinning around me! What? Could it be? Is this an exception territory again? No. It's not like any other time. Couldn't let the sleep just get away from us, of course. The opportunity was too good to pass up. This is, after all, the one and only loop in which Bigfoot becomes a reserve representative for Wakantanka. So the omnipotent, omniscient one has been dropped right in the entertainer's lap. And then there's that urban legend character. Wait. I don't fully understand what just happened here. Am I reading this right? It seems that the knife itself has made an exception. Maybe. And it seems that they're orchestrating it here to make that exception by bringing the omniscient one there. I'm not sure how that makes an exception. We never really properly learned how Chapter 13 made an exception in the first place, but that seems to be their design here. With this mixture of dramatis personae, the trophy, the deity, and the legend, the second condition is finally met. So the deity they're talking about is Bigfoot. Somehow, if they are considered deity. When you get down right to it, it's simple Boolean logic. There exists an all-powerful deity, or there doesn't. What you're suggesting then is what's known in mathematics as paraconsistent logic. It is true that there cannot exist a singular all-knowing and all-powerful being in this world. Therefore, another must rise up to make this possible, a separate actor to fulfill the there doesn't criterion. Ooh boy. Holy shit. Is that Mr. Nobe? There's no way! Could it be? Did they just summon Solomon somehow? The almighty being, that's who they're referring to, obviously. Oh my god, how could I forget about them? Jesus Christ. Thank you for serving as that individual's understudy for so very long, Ayrton. And you know, I've been waiting so long for you. The Infernal Bear has the least ability of the three bears. He's a bear. Also, do they have different belly sizes? I don't even know. Intermediary to the all-knowing and all-powerful. Oh, great one. So their goal is to summon Solomon? With a null color? What's that? There's something else too. It's another. Oh, what is it? Your eyes behold a non-existence. It's the very idea of not existing made manifest. Existence versus non-existence. What are you planning, Kurin? Observe. The plan is moving forward precisely as you predicted it would. It's a full stop to the evolution of humankind. A utopian proof of non-existence. It is the null exception. Overlord, we're getting an exception already. Jesus Christ. A utopian proof of non-existence. So in order to bring forth Salmon, they also have to bring an entity of non-existence? Chapter 14, Entertainers times Rule Makers. Proceed to main story. Damn. So that was just the prologue then. Damn. Just to confirm, yeah, the next part is going to be episode 3, Missing Link. Alright, let's head over to Thing. Very important. Let's go ahead and pick some more appropriate music for this. You're just so cool. I'm just... Okay, so obviously we are concluding this stream, but let me just leave off with my final thoughts for now. Yeah, it's nice to see that they're actually connecting the story plot points. It seems that they're actually answering a lot more plot points than they are giving questions, which is the main issue, honestly, between chapter, 7 onward. Maybe even chapter 1 onward, honestly, it was just all questions. But this is just, resolving a lot of unsaid ones between Kirito's motives and his, existence. And did he kill us before? And someone said no before, but apparently he has since other loops. And apparently that's been done before, and now it's interesting. I'm not entirely sure what the angle is specifically. It was still hard to wrap my mind around the angles for both Bertro and Isaac. So it seems as a reminder, Bertro's angle was something about, he wanted to... His belief system was about evolution through competition. And I believe he achieved that through trying to destroy the world or some shit. I don't know. I'm pretty sure he didn't really do his plan properly. All he did was just try to bring Shiva together to face someone else and to make an exception. But I'm pretty sure Bertro's ultimate goal wasn't even his plan. It was just to see the Earth get destroyed by the moon. And I was just like, okay, I'm cool. And yeah, his plan was a bit confusing. Isaac's actually seemed like a proper plan. That wasn't just some bullshit thing that was happening, where he was trying to make some sort of, invert the heavens and the Earth so that they could have they were just trying to have a grand majority in in all of Tokyo, in order to bring everyone to the collective unconscious, so that it would end conflict by making everyone understand by killing everyone. He tried to drop the moon. Yeah, I don't really understand the point of that. Looking back, I'm pretty sure he just did that just for funsies, not for any competition-based thing. But whatever, sure, if they say so. Bercho was just like, yeah, I just want to see the world burn. But I'm not entirely sure what Kurin's angle here is. It seems like the angle is in relation to the existence of this omniscient, omnipresent God, which is, of course, very nice that they're actually making that their goal, just because that's also, it's solving hitting two birds with one stone. Because by doing this, they're both answering the question of what is the Rule Makers going to do, what's their objective, as well as what is the significance of Solomon. It seems they may have summoned 2 exceptions here. Both the exception of, all-powerful, all-existence, as well as some entity representing non-existence. And it seems it was achieved through Kirito creating an exception with Bigfoot. I can see why they're the 5 stars in the prologue banner then. I can sort of understand, because it seems that it didn't have to be Bigfoot specifically. It just could have been Wakantanka Mugen, but it was not possible until the invaders made her play, because they kept Wakantanka Mugen's identity hidden all that time. But since his rule has been passed down, essentially, it's not even Bigfoot's original rule that's causing this. It's his inherited rule from Wakantanka that is somehow causing an exception with Kirito's, which is about, according to Kirito himself, he has the weakest artifact that can't hurt anything that it exists in this world. It's destined to fail against anything in this world. That means it's stronger than and can beat anything that does not exist in this world. Interestingly enough, it seems that, Bigfoot himself is like harkening back to some all-powerful deity at that point. I don't really understand how it works. The trophy didn't need to be there per se, but it seems that we were there and we needed to be there. I'm not entirely sure why we needed to be there. See, this is why I'm confused. I do wish they explained that. But yeah. Hopefully it's clarified. In Chapter 13, if you remember, an exception was made with Ramu as well as Leviathan. They never actually properly explained what caused those exceptions. I mean, yes, I believe it was like our artifact clashed with theirs, and that's what caused the exception. But unlike with the Chiro, when we created an exception with them because of severing versus making connections, there was no clear explanation of how our ability could actually contradict both Tangaro's as well as Wakantanka's. Maybe it was just Wakantanka, I don't even know. But essentially, those had to be resolved at some point. We just did the thing. And they never even explained what the exception was. I can sort of see the semblance of what the contrast here is, or, the conflict. I do hope they explain it and not just brush it off like they did in Chapter 13. But I can, sort of see the justification. It's about existence versus non-existence, and, a powerful being can that exist or cannot exist. Turing and fucking Isaac being as cryptic as usual. We'll see. Anyways, I kind of rambled on saying a bunch of nothing, but that's kind of the whole point of this entire thing is very confusing, and they kind of said a bunch of nothing too, while giving the impression they said something. But yeah, that's it for today's stream. I'll be streaming tomorrow at the same time at 7 p.m. Look forward to it. I'll be continuing with episodes 3 and 4. I'll see you then, and hope you guys have a wonderful day. So for now, cuties, see you next time!